Okay, we are back with yet another session of Survivors Tarnstead. I think we're hitting like 130-ish right now, right?
Or 131.
Wow.
Just topped 130.
Okay. In that case, we will start it in the usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as...
Carrick Marsk.
We have Kronos as...
Jackson Rodskala.
We have Hatton as...
Tilde.
We have Marcus as...
Corvus Analas.
We have Semi as...
Gifton Greysteel.
We have Tobias as...
SVP is Steel Shot.
And you have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who would like to give the recap? Nobody.
Flipping open my book to make sure I have decent notes before I say I will.
I always get, when I hear nobody speak up, the evil DM thing on my mind of mine, is it?
Yeah.
The 13th
I did the last like
one.
2 or 3, so I'm just not doing it.
I will do it.
Okay. Oh, thank you for the subscription, rather meek.
I need to remember to do that too. So we began last session with Carrick appearing in Tamari's lands, with Tamari as a woman with fox ears and a bunch of foxtails. As we had been trying to get in touch with certain of the gods, I didn't probably do what Carrick probably didn't do what he should have of actually playing along with her, flirting with him, and kind of went right into the what's going on. We found a new way, and we're kind of finding out what the gods think before we bring it up as a whole. And the overall with Tamari, besides really disappointed me not flirting with her, was that she wants her sister back. She wants Morgani and not some other creature that has Morgani in it. Miris talked with Telde. It was actually, I think, the only time we've actually had Miris talk.
No.
Someone can correct me on that.
You've had Miris talk plenty of times.
Miris talked to me when we got Cassie back, if you recall. Remember, the whole resin Cassie thing, and Miris was like, come here, and then talked at me.
That's not the only time either.
I've never heard Miris talk.
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
Well, there are all those times that Miris was pretending to be
someone else.
There's also, Miris at the actual god meeting talked as well.
Did he? I thought he just motioned.
Yes, he did. But he definitely did. He pointed out the fact that, they can't because they can't do it without you. That kind of stuff. Miris talks.
There's also that time in one of the first towns.
Oh yeah, back in Southwest time when Miris talked to us. Yeah.
I may not have actually been there.
I wasn't Jax at that point.
I may have actually, because I know I missed a couple games with that, so I may have not actually been there for that one.
Nah, you heard them.
Okay, sure. We'll go with that just in case.
Yeah, he had a really strained voice. Sounded like a teenager going through puberty.
Yeah.
Southwest time. Miris, got it, right?
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah. In a non-joking fashion, yeah, many of you have heard Miris talk, just haven't been aware of it.
Not knowing it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me change that. Knowingly, we didn't. Back to the recap. Miris talked with Telde, calling him a trickster because a jester. A jester, yes. Because as much as Telde tries to do the straight lace, he definitely actually is really a jester. Overall, with Miris and discussions of everything came, we'll see. You'll get my answer when everything else gets an answer, aka Miris. Ilan made a tree appear inside the library and made Cass very unhappy also, and brought a gift in through to talk about the whole side, and Ilan also backed us on the whole part of Morgani getting it, but it seems that through the discussions of the gods, what we found out about Morgani getting stronger was known to the others also, and not a surprise to them. Echo was helping Corvus learn to communicate with the Azoth and trying to teach him how to emit ultraviolet light. Not sure if he actually ever figured out how to do it or not. And then she offered to go to the empty with him to actually help with communication. And he kind of at that time said no, rather to her sadness, but did change his mind. Orland and Cass got into a nice little skirmish after Orland scorched the library a bit. Cass got him in the jimmies. Pretty good. I actually have that written in that way. And then, unfortunately, Payback was kind of a bitch, as Orland didn't actually connect thanks to Illyn, but Cass still felt it pretty bad. Illyn was able... Illyn undid the tree at Cass's very adamant, you will fix that now moment. Orland actually sided with us after the little scuffle with Cass on the whole idea of the Tiamat project. Cass actually... Not Cass, sorry. Other C. Too many C's in this group. Corvus did actually take her to the empty and actually had a little discussion with the Azoth. Yes, I said that he heard that.
I know, just reiterating.
After all of the adventures in starting with the first gods we thought of, we started to work with work for the others, and in the process of gifting going, okay, Carrick, we're gonna go to your house, you're gonna set up stuff, we're gonna pray to Hevos first. Hevos appeared and went, why not just directly call me? And was upset about us not including him in the first group, and brought us to a group of himself, Mieri, Did I say it right, actually? Mairi and Imor, who we then had a discuss with. Moore is still under the idea that Morgani needs to die, and discussing with the rest, we came up with 6 for the idea of Tiamat and 5 against Tiamat, thanks to the first of Lalacel's vote being the tiebreaker. But there was some discussion there of Gifton actually just being a reincarnation of Lalacel, and the whole idea that Gifton was finally over just being someone else and instead being herself. And there was a nice little discussion going, just because you're someone's reincarnation does not make you less of yourself, which is what we've been trying to get Corvus to also understand. And I believe that's where we left off.
No.
What did I miss?
We at the end of the session, I walked back to my house and got grabbed by Miris.
It was very inappropriate.
Remember Gothton?
Oh, yes. Gothton.
Hey,
The sister, what have you done?
I still don't know what I did.
Yeah.
What have
Don't
you
worry.
done?
Neither Miris doesn't know either.
Miris knows.
Oh, I like the idea that Miris just.
Miris
makes
doesn't
stuff
bother
up again.
telling me because it won't help.
Yeah.
Anyway, Miris had a talk with Gifton, gave Gifton a piece of paper saying I should sneak it to Shaxton and Carrick and say it's not from Miris, but it has a bunch of information about how to make the pylons work to stabilize Morgani's heaven. So if Morgani dies or if whatever, her magic doesn't go away, and that her heaven and the people of Faramir would be safe, and etc.
Right?
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
losing at the end of the night.
So, Blackie gets a standard inspiration. Please draw one. Sammy, you get just the heroic part of that standard inspiration. You don't get the rest of the inspiration part. So feel heroic, okay?
Okay.
Click. Go.
I feel
Draw that one.
ineffectual. This is
Temporarily
very
That didn't
pose
work.
with your hands
No,
on
you
your
just
hips in a
flipped it.
heroic pose.
It says click to draw. I clicked it.
It didn't do that.
No, you left the card there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Draw it.
Oh. Click draw there. It just says
I
click to
just
draw.
put it on the
so I
table,
clicked
grab it from there.
Just pick it up. Just
Oh, there we go.
right click and pick it up. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, and now I can actually take those cards that were left on the table.
Yes.
Although... I'm going to leave those there for now. Yeah.
Is something gonna happen to me?
Yeah, a flower pot falls off of a building. No.
What?
In fact, yeah, I think I am
Several
safe to
flower
take
pots.
these.
Yeah, I think you're.
Oh,
thinking-
it's the gifted version of
I
Rock's
don't.
Ball.
I don't actually want that thing to happen because I'll get so many
Yeah.
levels of exhaustion. I will die probably.
Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to pick up in the empty. Corvus,
Yes.
you have been told many a tale. Told many a wonder might be the word for it, although much of it is just alien. The Azov does have a little trouble translating some concepts into a fitting style of information for this plane. But it tries, nonetheless. And you are left with a sense of a grandeur outside. And it leaves you feeling like your world is a little bit smaller, which is both potentially saddening in some way, potentially wondrous in others. And then you are going to get a rumbling of messages from it, this weird radiant light, that asks, do you have a tale for it to carry?
A tale to carry would be that he wants I actually thought about this. Now I'm not thinking. He would tell about the story that they have all lived, the repetition of this world, the repeats, the resets, the will imposed by gods onto this realm, and how their hands have been in everything for either suffrage of others or the benefit of a few.
Okay. I would like you to give me a persuasion check to see how well you form this. Or I will allow a performance check, if it would please me. Okay. You formulate it into a decent story. It takes you a while to tell. But the Azov seems to sit patiently and listen, very occasionally interjecting for clarity.
Mm-hmm.
When you finally finish your tale, it transmits its thanks to you and asks if it may return in future.
I would deeply welcome that. I appreciate your willingness to do so, despite what has happened to yours kind in the past.
You get the message of that was not you.
No. But when I learned about what you were, what was done to you, it felt akin to what has befallen upon me.
The merits of being able to feel empathy and sympathy for others are great and outweigh the idea that those of your race could do such things on an individual basis.
Still, it affected me mentally, and something I wanted to amend.
Do not let yourself be weighed down by the burdens of feeling for others. Take joy in that you are able to feel such a way.
Those are good words, and hopefully this path, whatever it leads me, I can follow.
Those were the words of the Roland, and I have carried them with me.
Of the what?
The Roland.
Can you type that?
Yes, I can. Very simple.
Okay, roll. Okay.
It probably needs a dash.
Oh. Roll on.
Until the next exchange of stories.
Yes.
There is a rippling of liquid and a transmitted light message of farewell, and it descends into the murk of the bottom of the empty.
I did hear roll Lauren too.
Ah, yes. Well, Lauren told me. For, you know. Right. Echo looked like she actually went fairly vacant a little bit into the story and was just sort of idling about, looking around the environment. Every now and then you caught that look of longing on her face, but she didn't do anything. As the Azoth vanishes, she looks to you and goes, "Did that help?"
I hope so. It accomplished something that I wanted to do. And now I know there is significantly more. And know not those things beyond as well, which is exciting.
Excitement is what you bring away from this? Good.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's it's I it's hard to describe. It's I feel not so squashed. I feel freer.
Ready to grow.
Yeah.
She nods and then reaches out her hand to you.
He will smile. And take her hand. Stand up.
I'm glad.
There's still a lot to do.
I'm sure you'll manage. Shall we go?
Where would you like to go?
A bakery.
Okay, there's one in Winden.
Would it be open?
I have no idea what time it is out there.
When you entered, it was nearing nighttime.
I was in Faramir.
Yes.
Still.
Yes.
So,
It's like, if you're going to the winter one, it will be late at night.
Probably it will be closed.
Maybe in the morning then. For now, I like sleep.
All right. Sleep is a good thing too.
It is fun to have vivid visions.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Do you not dream?
No. Or I don't remember them. I don't see them. So count yourself lucky.
I do.
All right. The ship or beacon?
Beacon. That way I can talk to some of the awake ones before I rest.
Beacon it is. This way.
Okay. You walk through the empty and you take her to the spot that will exit out into Beacon. You slice through.
Yep.
You step out into Beacon, emerging not actually long time wise after you actually entered. Fun temporal distortion.
Yeah. No, I've never done much with that.
Done what? Travelled? You've travelled lots.
No, the time aspect of it.
I suppose you could go in there and read a good book.
Or come out at different times. I've only done it once by accident.
Oh, you mean going in those directions?
Yes.
Dangerous, but so much potential.
Yeah, I was worried about that, scared of it, of the connotations of doing things. Would Corvus have maybe a clear understanding if something happens in the past? It's not the best idea to do it?
Yes, you will have an understanding both from your own exploits in the past and well as seeing some of the strange that can happen, and from a few of the tales yes I've told you know that butterfly effect is a thing. However, there are a bunch of different rules for temporal manipulation that can have drastically different results. Conflict in timeline, branching timeline, depends who, what, where, and it's hard to tell what would happen.
Of course, I did it. My other self. Did it a couple times. But,
Several times, clearly.
yeah. Interesting theories on that. But, I think the future would be not as helpful. Be maybe disappointing. Spoilers.
Spoilers, potentially locking something into existence by doing so.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a thought, though. Definitely an idea.
Or perhaps it's all happening and it doesn't matter.
There was that, too. Oh, this is
Are
so
we just
much
not the
my
past for the future?
Yeah, right.
No, my brother's not that creative.
in this sense, you are correct. But I think out there is more to this than just, and that's maybe why Corvus was able to do what he was able to do with the other versions, because it's all here, right? It's all
Different rules.
yeah. It's your brother's rules, your rules.
That's my rules.
Oh, you're part of it.
I understand them somewhat. Okay. You sleep. I'm going to go find somebody.
Okay. I don't know if I can sleep, but I'll try.
You're capable of sleep.
Well, I'm excited. I'm
Oh,
full of
then right.
yes. Yes.
But do not keep yourself up all night.
Well, I have
Rest
a
before the
particular
sun breaks.
Oh.
It is healthy for these bodies.
As a doctor, I understand that.
Good.
Thank you.
Then I do not need to tell you.
No.
And you will follow your own advice.
That's the problem. Doctors don't. As he walks off. But I will.
You better. And she's going to go walk off to harass a random warforge.
She likes people
Yeah,
to
that
stay
sounds
out.
like right.
Yeah. Okay. Corvus, you head on home to start your writings. Cassie, did you want to head back to Faramir?
Well, Cass was going to go back to her place.
You're
And,
going to have some rest first?
yeah, because she just got into a fight with a god.
You came out okay. You were healed fully.
That, and I don't want to risk Michael suddenly showing up in the middle of Faramir if I show up there.
Okay. That's fair enough.
There's a little bit of logic here.
Coward.
Yeah, last thing we need is Michael just showing up. Where's my daughter? And it's like,
That's well. I mean, it would be outside Faramir proper because it would be amongst all those
No, but I
Goliaths.
have
So
to go
clearly,
through
she
Faramir
wouldn't think
proper
would
to
be a
get
danger
there.
to you.
Okay. You are able to head on home, and it's a bit of sorting out the place because you haven't actually been back here in a while.
Yeah.
Pantry's not stocked, so that urge for a snack before bed unfulfilled. But you get your bedding sorted. You're able to rest if you so please.
Yeah, and Cass is going to think about it and go, oh, before I forget, whoever's listening, Michael the Archangel is allowed within the limits of the city of Beacon.
Instantly there.
Okay. There is a moment of silence, followed by a blinding light. Like obscenely so. You think you can feel some of the heat from it, as manifesting in all glorious wings on display form is your brother. Strangely carrying what looks like to be a long golden flaming sword. His hooves settle onto the ground. Those wings vanish, which those were oversized coming from the tauric lower body. And that light dims.
Cass is looking at him, looking at the sword. No flaming swords in the house, please. It is highly flammable.
Shouldn't I be setting the rules? And with a little flick of their wrist, the flames turn off.
Thank you, both of you. And then Cass is just going to turn around and hug.
You get embraced very tightly in return. And they just say, we both missed you.
Yeah, I heard. Got sent to jail, too, from what I understand.
It's when we thought you were gone.
So did I. But it's also part and parcel of the danger of this job. Not that I want the job, but it's still a job.
Well,
Can't have you hauling off and going to pop Orlin. I already did that today.
I heard. I'm very proud of you.
I think he let me hit him.
It is hard to say with him.
You know he'd
Oh,
let you.
He wasn't too grumpy about it though.
Still, we both mourned for you, raged for you,
Yeah, that I heard too.
and I will not allow it again.
Allow what?
You to face such a thing without me.
Well, Cass is going to pat them both on the arm. I hate to tell you this, but I've already died once since I got back.
The eyes narrow, and suddenly that sword is flipped so that they are then grasping not quite the blade, but you know when you grasp the crossguard of the sword, present the hilt is presented to you.
What?
I spent a long time in the blade against my will. This time, I will be at your side willingly, not as a prisoner.
No. No.
Yes,
No.
I
need
can
you-
leave at any time.
It's not that. I don't want you. One, I don't want you on a sword because you're far more useful to everyone outside of a sword. Two, even though it's willing, you'd still be a tool per se, and you already went through that once. I'm not putting you through that again. And three, the person who got me is dead the first time, as well as their buddies. And I'm still apologizing to various angels for that. The second one is dead.
They are giving you a fixed stare. That sword still held out.
Yep. No. Put that thing away.
Oh.
I already have one. I'm not the same Cass. I don't have. What was it? Orlin said, I don't have the same sparkle I used to.
I don't know. You've got a very youthful, cute sparkle.
Don't go. There's a river in. There's a river. Don't go swimming in it in the Feywild. If you ever get invited out to Dingus's river and his bridge, don't go swimming.
I'm not much of a swimmer.
Yeah, well, I lost years.
Take the sword, daughter. I won't be imprisoned in it. I can move freely, but it will be a way for me to keep a watchful eye.
Like, you do realize that I'm going to be doing some very dangerous shit in the next few months, yes?
Yes.
And you do realize who we're going to be fighting against, yes?
Yes.
Who am I fighting against?
You are going to be fighting against all manner of evil, both divine and undivine.
Well, that's kind of a, yeah. We're going after a god.
Do you think that matters to me?
No, but it does matter to me because I don't want to see you hurting or get hurt. Because
Nor do
know
I
where
wish to see you
go.
hurt or get hurt. So we are at an impasse there, and I think you should allow your mother some degree of say in keeping an eye on you.
Well, Mom, here's the situation. I know where you go when you die. I've been there. I got back. You go there, you won't come back.
I know where you go when you die. You go there, you won't come back.
I came back.
In such a short span, what remains of you will go to be food. Our ends are as final as each other's. Let's stave them off as best we can.
Well, I don't think I'm going to convince you out of this, am I?
No. Mother knows best.
By the way, what was this about you and Cirrus refusing to part ways when it was offered to send him home?
Their eyes close briefly, and then their head looks back up, and voice that sounds a little bit more like Sirius's in just tone and form, that says, "It didn't feel right leaving her alone up there. Not after what we tried to do together. Not after you."
Okay, that's fair. That is completely fair. I was going to ask the two of you to stay here and keep an eye on Beacon, just in case, because it's now becoming a thoroughfare for the gods.
I'll stick around
I
here.
will- What's that?
I'll stick around here.
Okay. That's Cirrus, right?
hmm
And she's not going to take it any other way, is she?
No. She's as stubborn as you.
At least now I know where I get it from.
Oh, you got it from many places, and it's very vexing.
Cass is just kind of doing the nod. Yeah. All right, fine. Cass puts out her hand. Give me the sword.
Right, the hilt gets placed into your hand. It's warm to the touch.
And she's going to look at it and go, by the way, whatever happened to the other one? Tempest.
I'm honestly not sure.
Not like it exploded in a Nephilim death and like got carted away with all the other remnants.
You might have to ask perhaps one of the Amorians if they know about the after effects of that.
None of them survived, as far as I know.
But they would have been there on the scene after the fact.
True. Or it could have been one of the other three. No, they scattered. All right. Well, I was going to get some rest before I headed back to Foramir, but
Don't let us disturb you. Sleep.
oh no, I'm awake now, that knowing that you two are safe.
Then perhaps.
And then I'm hugging Cirrus, since I'm assuming it's just him in there now.
You're not sure. You've got the sword.
Oh, I'm
Sirius
still
is talking. But he hugs her in return very tightly. He goes, is there anywhere open to eat at this hour? I haven't eaten in
A while.
a while.
What time was it at Infirmer when we left?
It was a little earlier in the day. But also it's Faramir.
So it's...
But you might be able to raid the Goliaths or the Rathian encampment. You know there was a lot of food being brought.
Yeah, I mean, I literally did just set up a party that we left.
Well, there's two choices. We can hit Carrick's and hope they're open, or we can go to we can go to Hexenreich and the Faramir area and raid the war camp.
Then... You know, I could do with some lively company.
What's that?
I could do with some lively company.
Okay. We gotta go to Gifton's. And Cass is just going to shake her head. And I'm going to have to get permission for at least one of you to come visit.
Oh, yes, of course. And Sirius actually closes their eyes again, and then the head looks back up, and it's your mother speaking once more. Apparently not quite in the blade. Would it be easier for me to move over now?
Well, you can move over, but at the same time, they're kind of on high alert because we literally just threw back the entire Hexenreich army.
Then perhaps Carrick's.
Well, like I said, we can ask because I'm somewhat certain they would allow you because they were also allowing other angels, including Lucifer and Bad Ilk, to help out. So long as you promise to be on best behavior, they might not have a problem.
I'm always on best behavior.
Cass is literally giving
It's
Michael
her best
a look like,
behavior.
I've heard
My-
stories about you.
Michael was giving you a blank look stare, and she just raises a fist, clenches it, and goes, "I always know what's best."
Uh-huh.
You gonna talk back to mom? Because your mom hits hard.
I would just say this is mommy knows
So does
best.
Grandpa.
It's starting
it's
to
up
see a
you.
trait in this family.
It's up to you two. Where would you prefer to go?
I don't want to wait for permission. I'm starved. Carrick won't mind if we raid his, right? If he's not there.
Well, if they're open, we'll if the place is open, and I think it should be. Let's go.
He will follow on behind you, and you hear a bit of mumbling behind you of if it's not open, I'm gonna get in anyway. You can get us in, right, Michael? Easily.
Don't you dare.
They wouldn't even notice.
This seems like Michael's.
You
ripping off
have
on
no
serious.
idea.
It's not like some of us wouldn't be having dinner at our houses too that you could just barge in, you know.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
will say
why
you could.
any place would close in Beacon, I don't know.
I will say a lot more places are open than you'd think at this point. Some of the non-Warforged have started to realize, hey, if I hire somebody on to run through the night, business continues.
Actually,
I
I'll
can
be
make
Unfortunately, eateries aren't one of those things.
Yeah.
But
Cass is
they're
actually going to grab her sending stone for the radio.
Mhm.
Or one of the long range ones.
You doing one through Shaxon?
Yes.
So you're hitting the comm that's in your ear.
Yes.
Yes. Wait.
Something in your ear, dear.
I think that was the sound for you to answer, Shax.
Jackson,
Yes, what is it?
got a question. Can you route a call to Gifton?
What do you need?
Could you ask her if she's having family time, or if you could bum up her kitchen for a little bit to feed a pair of ex-cons. And Cass is turning around and smiling at them.
I have never conned anybody.
I will see.
Thank you.
Right, Jackson, you go to forward the message. Gifton,
Oh,
you're having a lovely family meal. Your children are singing a song that has been taught to them by Razem.
Uh-huh.
it's filthy.
It is absolutely filthy, but it is in Saharan and they don't understand it.
Also, it's quite unfortunate
Yeah.
that most of them are still eating at this moment.
You can see your little lizard boy every now and then looks a little confused because it's ancient Saharan, but there's the occasional word that carries through and he just looks genuinely confused.
Mm-hmm.
I will say he is a little more sociable, and by the fact that I mean he hasn't like just taken his food and hunkered away.
Yeah.
He's eating with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Mom and Dad have taken a night off.
Nice, because I'm here.
Because you're here. They gave you the thing of, we'd love to see you, our daughter, but also we want to get away.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Help us.
So they've gone off.
Karen and Rezemk are talking about leaving me too. Everyone's ditching, right? Did Rizal stay with us tonight?
Was he invited to?
He was coming to Beacon with us originally, and then I never saw where he went. He's always welcome at our house, but I know
Okay.
he likes to stay at the
At one point, he comes through, and yes, I'll join you for dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
this is gonna be great.
yes. Which thankfully you have space.
Well, that's the thing is, at least we actually have a decent. I did get a decent sized house.
Yes.
It's just, we don't usually need that much space of it. But we have a good feast tonight.
It says Razem is basically serving up a few little sort of pre-meal things. It's just bread, dips, and so on, while the rest of the food cooks. Now, Shaxton, you will be able to contact Gifton.
Excuse me, Gifton. I apologize for bothering you. Cassiopeia is asking me to write a message to you if she could. They'll stop and restart. Sorry, word count.
You don't really have to make your word count with this system. You're just sending multiple messages in a row. Oh, habit.
Comes up with, sorry, word count. Because he actually gets it and then does the break.
Force of habit.
Party business.
Cassiopeia would like to know if she and what she called ex-cons, which I am assuming given previous conversations would be her mother, would come to visit you and possibly make use of your kitchen.
We're making dinner right now. What do they need a kitchen for?
I'm assuming feeding them.
Ex-cons?
As I said, I am thinking from the way she was wording and trying to be coy, I assume it would be probably her mother, given the previous conversation with Orlan.
Well, they're welcome to break bread with us as long as they don't throw punches at family.
I will let them know.
But that's like Cassie's thing.
Okay.
And Dr. Lynn, answer everyone go. Cassiopeia Gifton has said they're actually eating dinner right now if you'd care to join them.
Okay. I will drag these two over.
Get the last part in there, you bastard!
He's also asked that you not throw hands while you are there.
Why would I throw hands? I thought I had my fill for the day.
Your Cassiopeia still shot.
I think she meant you and your pawn friends.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, have a lovely evening.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Jackson.
No problem.
All right, so we're heading over
Go hang it
for
up.
dinner.
Jack's hang it up. Just calmly go back to the writing he was doing.
Oh,
And then
marvelous. I'm famished.
And Cass is immediately locking eyes with Cirrus/Michael and going, and there are some ground rules.
Eyebrow quirk.
No throwing hands while we're there.
Right, yeah, of course. Mum gets it.
More specifically, pointing that out to Mom.
Cirrus nods a few times as if there's an internal conversation going on in his head. Yeah, Mum gets it. Yeah, no, Mum gets it.
Mom had better get it. Otherwise, there will be hands thrown.
Don't. No. He's pointing a finger. He's pointing a finger at you and going, "No, don't." And then he's like pointing at himself. No, you either. Okay, just be good, both of you.
A aneurysm.
Right, dinner. I want food. What are they? And he's going to sort of motion at you as if like, "Come on, lead the way. Hurry up." What are we having?
Don't know, but considering her family, it can be anything. Probably whatever it's going to be, though, it's going to be tasty.
Okay, I'll eat anything tasty. Yeah, I know I don't need to eat, but do you know how much I've wanted to eat?
Probably a lot. And by the way, when we're done, check your pockets and check yourself for any stragglers.
Oh, okay, right.
She has a miniature horde of children.
Okay. When you say miniature, you mean her miniature?
Yeah, brownie-sized. There are 12 of them.
God, I'm not gonna. He's actually looking down at his hooves worriedly.
They know better. They know better.
All right. Okay.
And I think Gifton and Care and their family will have them wrangled.
Sure. Still gonna have a dose of paranoia with my food.
Always. Well, let's get you over there.
Okay.
Before you start eating your hooves.
You head off to Gifton's with your family in tow. And as you do that, we're going to move over to Shaxton. What do you want to be doing amidst your interruption from Cassie's communication?
He was in the middle of starting to do the research on the pylons and his own work.
Okay, so do you want to do that at home? Do you want to be going like where?
Honestly, he was probably, given the pylon was still in Faramir, he was probably doing it in like the research labs.
Okay, so you want to be in Faramir doing this?
You're diving through my house to go to Faramir
Yeah.
again.
In that case, you probably did that earlier on. Yeah. Yep, you headed back to Faramir and were quite eagerly welcomed back by Fowler, who is joining you down in the research. Although, you know, she doesn't join you in looking at the pylons and such. She is in the midst of, as far as you can tell, some sort of homunculus-based work. She is creating a body.
Jax will actually, Cork and I would like some assistance with that.
Oh, certainly, if you want to. Here, if you can use these tools and incantations, we're going to work some metallic alloys into this to, well, you've read the little bits of notage on this.
That is similar to, and he will actually, having remade it by now, pull out the clockwork spider and let it loose so he can also...
Yes, those skills should actually help you on this. That would be much appreciated. Don't ask, Carrick.
Certain questions you don't want an answer to, certain questions you don't need
the actual answer is none, but there is draconic bone marrow and bone powder in this.
Well, that doesn't come from me, so it's fine.
Uh-huh.
I just remember I had a lot of blood.
Okay, so you are going to... yeah, I'm curious. Go ahead and give me... I'm going to ask for a tool check because they're all the same for you.
I'm assuming int, so...
Okay, very nice. Yeah, you are able to work both the spec and above specification in some aspects. You, as you're going, you note down, scribble out some of the parts. Here's a more efficient means of achieving the same effect. This will allow the... Well, actually, I will ask you. You can likely tell that this body is for the mental.
The mental.
Do you want it to be a good body? This is the point where you could actually put in some hidden sabotage.
That is a really good fucking question, honestly.
I would say it strikes you a little bit into your work that you actually have an opportunity here.
I think I'm going to say this is the point where Shax's pride will actually get in the way of anything like that, and he'll...
You want to do a good work? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Craftsmanship wins out, and this will, if you want to continue working on this will actually consume like your first night of research potential. But you are able to get this body ready, save a couple of still ingredients they're still waiting on, which just simply have to be inserted after the fact to activate this. You're able to get this body completed, and it is a work of art. It is draconic in styling, looks an awful lot like a dragonborn. It has wings that are more ornamental than anything. Like they wouldn't actually act as mechanisms right themselves, but you know the potential of magical use could alleviate that easily. It is.
He will as well, if at any point Val mentions, like, are you getting tired or hungry or something, he will calmly just create food and water or use the catnap spell on himself.
Yep. She doesn't actually ask you that because she doesn't think to. You're in the research labs. She's kind of used to everybody just going. But yes, you are able to do that to basically not interrupt yourself. Yes, you have created this sleek draconic form. It's mechanical in nature, but it has a fluidity to it that betrays that mechanism. The seams for mechanical gearing are completely hidden. It looks like just a shimmering mortal form. Okay. Alright, that's what Shaxton is doing. Carrick.
Yes.
What would you like to do with your night? You're heading with Talia?
Yes.
Okay. Talia's going to welcome you home in her typical fashion of reminding you shouldn't be away to begin with, but she's very glad you're back. She will, with you, sort of urges you to help her with it. Prepares a sort of late night meal for you both. She already had an actual dinner before the tavern closed up, an early dinner herself, but she wants to eat with you. As you sit down with her, she actually goes, "So I know we've got a little bit yet, but I am starting to worry about you being away when they hatch."
You and me both. Yes.
I'm not quite sure I can handle them alone.
I understand that completely. Sorry. Players actually pulling up calendar and actually seeing rough. Primal's the first month, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't like completely spacing out on how far out it's supposed to be.
Well,
Well,
several months still, I think.
yeah,
months at
it's like
least.
4 or 5.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think we're in Ursan Teal or just out of Ursan Teal.
Yeah.
Yep. But you are gone a lot.
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, I'm hoping now that we've got a little stability that I can be here more. Out of character, mostly to Gifted. Was there with the group discussion of handing off the airship that we're gonna?
I haven't had a group discussion about it just because it's kind of private property, but
I couldn't remember.
I did mention that I don't think it's gonna get us to where we go next, because if we go to Yunus Aflac, which we haven't confirmed that we're doing, it won't be needed.
Yeah.
So, and we, as far as I know, we have nowhere else that we're gonna go to. So, it might just be best to just leave it.
Yes.
Because going honestly to
it's kind of behind your guys' form of travel now.
Now.
Yeah, we travel faster other ways, and the only reason we were using it was because we could not teleport on Morgani's land.
Yeah, that, and we knew we might have to deal with refugees and such when we were there. Yes, and I'm hoping with what we've done, we have far less time we need to be away.
Okay, good. Because I'm also starting to... There's a lot of animals.
Yes. Tudap.
And she's actually giving you an accusatory look. As now it is getting late in the evening, it is time for Phoenix to become active.
Yes. It's the happy.
There is some screeching in the background.
It's the happy screeching. They keep the guard drakes on their toes.
You know what's amazing is people were going to build closer to your guys' house, but then they heard the noises that come from it, and everyone decided not to build by Lord Carrick.
Although there are a lot of rumors among the children in town about what those weird sounds are that come from.
I mean, adding to the effect of what coppers do around their area makes it even worse. So,
and it feels so strange suggesting this, because I mean it's the kind of thing I would do, like work for somebody. But I mean, could you arrange for us to have some help?
I can arrange that.
Even I have a maid. I hired Billy and her son.
Librarians.
I hired Billy. Remember Billy? I have Billy and her son Adam.
I was going to say the librarians don't count for your house. That's why you have no food. Gas. Yes, I should definitely get some food in the house. Besides,
maybe some of the locals, keep money flowing through Beacon or something. But
yes, the best there.
I just don't feel really comfortable going. Hey, work as certain things. Ugh.
No problem. Understand. There is I don't think I'd wait. out of character to the GM because she has a better memory than I do. Have I mentioned the whole Noran thing to her yet? I don't remember. You remember?
You haven't in active conversation. However, you have had enough time with her that has happened out of regular play that if you want to have.
Yes, I figure I would have.
How much would you have liked to have divulged?
The whole I honestly I would have divulged that it seems like I am the next current in line, and that oh crud.
Basically, that you're a strange royalty.
Yes, and that someone may have, who isn't actively going, you need to do this, may have been. There's always an option.
Uh huh.
And I was gonna I was making sure she had that also, because I don't know if that's her idea of words are not difficult. I'm sorry. Something she'd actually want. Eventually.
It was hard to get that out of her because she has come from a very, very, very humble start. Yeah. The idea of even being near royalty, let alone becoming royalty, was a bit much for her to handle at the time.
Yeah.
And since you've never gotten a no from her, you have gotten the whole I wouldn't be good for it, or things like that.
The Carrick response. Carrick's pretty sure he's not going to be good at being in charge of a country. But
it's not that she's against the idea, it's just she doesn't realistically think it could happen to her.
But no, definitely we will have to definitely get some help around. And hopefully I can be here a lot more.
Because I really miss you.
I miss you too. I figure we're probably sitting next to each other anyway. Just gonna scoot the chair closer to her.
There's the romantic of wood on wood as you move the chair.
I'm pretty sure I can lift the current Carrick's weight.
You said scoot.
I did. I will accept that. I will accept it. Don't make me cast grease. I don't have it anymore.
I mean,
that's for later.
That's for later.
Shh. We don't talk about that in polite company.
She leans into you as you're moving closer. And she just seems to be pleased that you're home. Then there's actually more screeching, and she sighs and goes, "We better feed them."
I'll go take care of it. You get your night relaxed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she gives you a kiss before letting you go deal with the monsters.
Actually, here's a question.
Yes.
Because I don't think this has ever come up that I have asked this. Are the guard drakes diurnal or nocturnal?
I think. 1 second. They are nocturnal.
Okay. Great. So we got all kinds of nocturnal.
Yes. They are. Actually, no. They're going to be diurnal.
They're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So they will be asleep.
I would say they are not adverse to night times, but they definitely prefer daytime.
Bedtime. Night.
Yeah, so they are likely sleeping right now.
I'm going to make it a handle animal check while I go to feed and take care of Phoenix.
Okay, see how much control you have over these. A bit.
Yeah. I mean, they're Fenix. I'm surprised. I don't even know if a nat 20.
So, I have a question. Do you feed these live, or do you feed these, something else?
My guess is I would have been taught to feed them live.
Yes, that is what the book would have said.
So I would have actually been.
The book has.
You previously had little animals in a bag that you were given when you first got them, which was like crickets and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, for me, I love these little things. And then you were like, no, watch what I do. And you flung them in the bag, and he was horrified.
Yeah. They'll eat rodents, fish, insects.
I probably at this point would kind of be doing both.
Okay. You're varying the diet.
Yeah, partially because a bigger piece of fish could feed both of them,
Yes.
and I don't have to worry about them trying to fight.
Yeah.
'cause-
I will say,
So-
you do know that Talia isn't super fond of feeding them live animals. She'll do it every now and then.
That's the other reason I was probably,
Yeah.
when I do it, I do both,
Mhm.
because that way they're used to
You
live and not
doing...
live.
Yeah.
Brockgren stopped visiting. At some point.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that happened, if nothing else, when the guard drakes appeared and you were like, the kids might try to ride
They're
those.
basically dragons. I would have assumed that they're like dingus.
See,
You have these
See.
horrific little teeth monsters.
The guard drakes are actually fairly tame when it comes to that
Yeah.
kind of thing, because they get fed a big hunk of raw meat, and then they're pretty much happy.
I figured it was more of the kids kept trying to ride them, and it's like, where'd they go now?
Oh,
Okay, time to go on down the drakes.
That's literally everything.
Yeah. The guard drakes are
Yeah.
pleasantly sedate. They don't have such lizard brain that they're just going to snap at anything, so...
That's the FedEx.
Yes.
The FedEx are kept under lock and key whenever the Brockgrens try to compass it, for sure. Because they're...
But
don't wanna hurt
yeah,
anyone.
so you're able to feed the phoenix, which involves excited screeching. One of them just like circles around you, jumping up and off of things. It's Sumi. Another one is just like constantly pawing at your leg. If you weren't a dragon person, it would probably hurt.
That's why traditionally you wear armor while feeding Phoenix. Just to prevent that.
Yeah, it's a constant scratch for scratch for scratch for scratch. The rapid little paws.
God, they're trying to dig through my leg.
Yes, they are.
Do they let me pick them up, or are they like?
With that animal handling check, one of them lets you pick them up.
Okay.
The one that's scratching at your leg actually charges away. Charges away from you when you try and pick them up. The Sumi one, however, strangely enough, you're able to scoop them up. There's a moment where the legs keep like moving, and it doesn't really stop, but you're able to hold them.
That's the best way. Now I just need to put them in a pool so they can go start swimming instantly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them fed. Kind of look them over and everything, since it's been a little while since I've.
Yeah, they seem healthy and fine. And play with them a little bit.
Yep.
Are you going to give them a blessing?
No.
You want more Phoenix?
I wouldn't mind more Phoenix. I don't want to have what that blessing will cause the Phoenix.
You can start a Fennec business.
I mean, we could reenact the, was it 1001 Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not. I'm pretty sure I will never be allowed to leave the house if I was to do that.
Okay, that's a hell of a way for
Talia
us to
may be a
accidentally
little angry at
fireball.
you.
I mean, that won't get the house firebombed. That'll just get Talia going, you're not leaving now. You're here.
1001 Phoenix? Is that a combination of 101 Dalmatians and 1001 Nights?
It's an old
I
comic.
think it was actually based off the 1001 Nights.
Yeah, you get the Phoenix, basically Satan company. Thankfully, they're not actually the most company needy creatures when it comes to other beings.
Just they're happy to
Yeah.
attack each other.
I'm pretty sure at this point you'd likely have an outside area sectioned off, so that they can just, be
I'm
pests.
figuring we've probably figured out that they can be given toys like cats and
Yes.
dogs, and
Yes, they will entertain themselves.
who invented the squeaky toy?
Dingus.
Wouldn't be
It's probably still
surprised.
quieter than without a squeaky toy.
Yes. Actually, no. The squeaky toy's probably making them quieter.
I will say,
That's what I mean, is
at
the
the
squeaky toy's louder than
at
them
the
without
same time that Carrick is tending to these, Gifton, you are being regaled with a tale of how Rinson left the house on his pseudo-dragon and harassed the Phoenix over at the mask place by swooping at them when they were outside.
Gonna have to train the other pseudo dragon to chase other pseudo dragons away.
I'm just gonna lock eyes with Care and Rizal
Razel's just sort of
Razel-
nodding like this. The residents nodding. This is a great pastime. And Razel's just sort of eyeing a bit of food and just shrugs at you and goes, "The boy's entertaining himself. He'll learn if it goes too far."
Yeah, I guess so.
Kez giving Razel a grumpy look and going, "No, he's supposed to stop."
It's not good to torture animals, sweetie.
I'm not torturing them. We just fight them and they make
I've been told they make that noise all the time.
yeah.
Actually, you see that person because you went with me for the 1001 Fennec.
Rinton's pseudo dragon starts making beeps at him. That sounds like it's trying to mimic Fennec. Rinton is making that noise back at the pseudo dragon. Other pseudo dragons are going to start joining in, and soon in the middle of dinner time, there is a horrible mess of screaming brownie children and screeching pseudo dragons.
Aren't you glad that you're going there, Cassie?
Cassie, you would have.
Ethan's just gonna start laughing quietly at the table with this bullshit that's her family.
Cassie, your brother has stopped at the Brooklyn household's door, hearing this noise coming from inside, and is looking like they are reconsidering this visitation. What in the Seven Hells? No. Oh. You're in control. And Michael, you hear Michael just go, "What?" And
That's an amazing ditch that just happened there.
What?
I'll get it, sweetie.
I'll get it now.
Sweetie.
No.
You sound great.
Caleb's disappointed that he does not get to leave the room.
And you know what's even better, sweeties? You know the sounds that the doggies make out in the woods at night? Oh,
Oh god. Okay, so now it's a competition. No, screeching better. No, woo woo better. So now there's two noises.
Yep. I'm gonna fling up the door. Hi.
Hey.
Your place is forsaken.
Well, nice to see you again.
Oh, Gifton, you just missed the most epic ditch.
A betrayal.
What?
Oh, it was such a betrayal. I don't know what your kids were up to, but they spooked Cirrus so bad he went into hiding.
Oh, Carrick has these annoying little animals at his house. You know the little dogs from Zaha with the big ears?
The full nose.
They make this awful screeching sound, and my kids are quite enamored with it.
Gifton, there are trees at your property, right?
Oh yeah, there's lots of them.
Cassie,
Yes.
Cirrus reaches over. They take the blade from you. It suddenly hurled towards a tree, and as it leaves Cirrus's hand, you hear Cirrus going, "What? No!"
I saw that happen.
And it sticks into the tree. And there's a centaur just staring towards it, dumbfounded looking.
What did you do? My tree!
I didn't do that!
Why?
That was Michael.
I'm gonna go over and start tugging this goddamn sword out of this tree.
Leave me! You hear in your head.
Out of the tree!
Far from your children. They make noise, a cacophony.
You should send her over to me.
I'm not strong enough to pull this out, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you can even go feet first against the tree if you want, and it's stuck there.
Yeah.
Mimi?
My little strength. I just
Dingus
can't.
is air quote helping, but he's like wrapped around your forearm, like biting on the guard of the sword. He's putting no effort into pulling it, but he's like helping you hold it.
Okay. Ow. No. Get out of the tree. Out. Listen, I don't care if you don't want to come inside.
Cassie can pick me up after she is done eating with Cirrus.
All
Cassie's
right.
actually going to walk over, lean up
My
against the tree and go,
tree's hurt.
Michael, you might want to come out and get used to this because at some point you're going to have grandchildren, and you're going to have to get used to this.
No,
I
it's fine.
refuse.
She doesn't need to come have
You can
dinner with
refuse
Roselle.
all you
Come on.
want. You can refuse all you want, but that's up to me or Cirrus.
I can be on
Wait,
fire.
Which one is giving her grandchildren?
Yes. Together.
Oh no.
She disapproves.
Oh, no.
Listen, I don't
Come on,
care.
Michael.
Oh,
You want to
yeah.
get something to
Mike-
eat. So
Michael,
let's go.
Michael isn't. No, it's fine. Michael's just. I just want Michael out of the tree so I can heal the tree.
You may put me against your fence.
That is fine. Please do that, Cassie. Put the sword against the fence so I can heal my tree.
Draw me from this tree so it may be healed.
All right, going to pull Michael out.
Okay.
And it's time to ask before you do something like that. She takes very, very good care of her trees. And Cass is going to walk over to the fence and admonish Michael the entire way.
I heal my tree. Okay, that doesn't work. It's fine though. There, heal.
Okay.
It's actually getting goddamn healed, by the way.
Yep, you're able to heal up that tree. You even fixed some of the issues you didn't even know it had.
Yeah, like poor tree, poor tree.
You cured its blindness,
Pet.
it can now see, which is concerning.
It starts screaming.
As you're admonishing Michael, Cassie, this feels oddly familiar.
Hey, Cirrus. So, I don't know how you feel about meat, but we like to eat meat in this household. But we do have vegetables if you prefer that.
I like meat. I like meat real good.
Okay. All right, you like bacon? Okay.
I love bacon.
Okay, we put some bacon around a roast when we cooked it. Makes it real good.
You can do that?
Yeah. You wrap it in bacon. Come on, my wife's a great cook.
Okay, maybe the noise is worth it.
Hey, kids, you guys want to hear about how Auntie Cassie punched a god?
It's primarily howls that echo you now.
Howls are better than the screeching.
Yeah, the house one. They're more fun to do.
Yeah. And also, they're actually somehow less annoying, so it's fine.
Okay.
Cass will follow in shortly thereafter.
I'm gonna look over at Roselle as I come in. Michael's having a bit of a sit outside by the fence. She's too scared.
She has her
of
own
small
form now.
Children. No,
She's pretending to be a sword right now.
she's a flaming blade.
A sword?
Really?
Really?
I like the she's pretending to be a
This time
sword.
it's her choice.
It's still a very odd choice.
Also, why is it a flaming blade? Wouldn't it be lightning?
That would be a question to go ask her. If you'll excuse me?
Wait. No, don't. She'll kill you.
I already told her no throwing hands.
She doesn't have hands right now.
Listen, frankly, I think she is overdue an apology from me.
All right. You're gonna miss out on
Don't
this good
expect
roast.
forgiveness, but at least it'll be a
I'm
start.
coming back for the roast.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start
Don't
dishing
eat it. Oh,
Cirrus
and
up.
he's actually pointing at the kids, like just waving his finger about in a very exaggerated, dramatic fashion.
They're gonna eat extra helpings tonight just to try to spite you.
Yeah, there's a few like generally like insulted voices going, "I wouldn't," where a couple of them are going, "I'm gonna eat it all."
You want everything of it?
I wouldn't, but now I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm dissing up Cirrus with whatever we've got on the table right away and pouring in a glass. And well, it's nice to see you back. Are you gonna be with us long?
I'm planning on staying in Beacon myself.
Oh, that's good.
Michael's tagging along.
Did you and Michael ever find your lost father?
Not before we got caught.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Before the pivot happened.
Still here for the heavenly grapevine that you've got somebody else on that.
Yes. So you're not going to like the situation involving that, but family comes first.
Wait, what's this? What is? What? Huh? That Dadrill's a
make
sweet man.
Oh yeah, Dadrill's a sweet person, but he asked me to make a throne for a particular someone.
You're really good at furniture. That'd be fine.
Particular someone?
Scrim Hyacinth.
The Goliath.
He doesn't need a
Yes.
throne. Why would he need a throne?
The fuck would you make a throne for that invader?
Because that invader
Killed
is yes,
everybody.
he did, and
that
That
you
dude's
know.
playing Kingmaker now?
I think so.
Huh.
And he's
weird.
also chilled the fuck out, and he just helped us save an entire civilian population.
He's...
He killed Mum.
Yeah, he did.
He killed Arlen. He killed his invasion. I know you left us, but that cost me everything, Cass.
That's why I said you wouldn't like it.
Miss Greysteel, I'm very sorry to have intruded.
No. I will explain it all to you, but please.
Why don't you sit down and have a meal? You look like you need one. And we can talk about other things.
Yep.
I have been currently getting regaled about how my children have been doing since I've been gone. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out who it was that wrote "Mom isn't here" on the ceiling.
A whole bunch of hands suddenly point to Valdir.
To be fair, it was actually 3 of them.
3 hands?
I'll have you know, you think having brownie children would mean that they couldn't get up to much, but I'm wrong.
I got up to there,
They did get up to there.
and you weren't there.
Mhm.
So it's
I
true.
wasn't there, but I'm here now, so we have to get rid of it.
No, because you're not there.
You're here.
Squints.
Completely impassive, factual face.
Oh no, he's been hanging out with the Warforged.
So, what were you
I mean,
like when you
probably.
were a kid?
I was adorable.
You were?
Of course, I'm the look of
You're
the
saying that
family.
you still aren't now because I'll say you turned some heads.
Oh, adorable and handsome are 2 different things.
Also, I need you to not make eyes at my wife. Thank you very much. I smirk over his
He actually looks. He looks a little. He puts his hands up and goes, "I wouldn't. She's,
I'm teasing you mid-ear.
Really, Gifton? You're expanding your family even more?
So you've husband and wife.
Yeah.
That's a very radical Tamarian approach, isn't it?
It's also very fey, and they seem to do it quite a bit over on Zaha.
Oh yes, it's quite the thing back home.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that must be complicated.
It can be,
What we have here, very simple. They're my simple wife and husband. And she gives you a teasing look, yes.
Simple. Simple.
I'm happy to be simple. Okay, pipes up.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty great simple situation, and I'm pretty great with that.
Your little lizard boy is actually putting on a fairly disgusted face right now.
So, you're gonna be setting up here and minding Cassie's shop for her?
Oh, God, no, I'm not doing anything with the shop.
Are you just gonna stay at her place? Kind of keep things going? Get your feet under you?
He looks at you, Cassie, and there's still a little glimmer of anger in his eyes. But he goes, "No, she's not taking care of it, so someone's got to keep the house in check."
Someone's got to keep that house in check. And honestly, get your feet under you. Figure out what you want to do with yourself.
Yeah, I need to find something new.
Yeah. And Beacon's a pretty great place to try out some different things. Heck knows that there's not too much cemented right now other than, the town leadership. But, just don't let the formerly pregnant, angry wood elf push you around too much.
Oh, right. he snaps his fingers a few times. This is trying to remember. Argy? Yeah.
Yeah, she's got 2 little ones now. But you'd be a welcome face around town. It'd be nice. And heck knows, we could use somebody with a good mindset and a good head on his shoulders to, keep us idiots from making rash and bad decisions.
I'll be honest. I've never done much in the way of a craft.
Yeah.
So
But, you could try. I mean, that's the one thing is you can try a lot of things, and if none of them turn out, that's also fine, right?
I don't suppose you need a hunter or anything.
Oh, I probably could. It'd be nice to have fresh game meat coming in.
That I could do.
The amount of pig and boar the Gifton household eats is astonishing.
Listen, we have to go get pigs all the time. It's bad.
Do you think the dragon family eats?
Okay.
Dragon family only consists of 4 members currently, plus some pets.
So you're able to have a nice meal together. Sirius does settle down a little bit after that initial anger. Although Cassie, you especially, you can tell that he's bothered. Like this hasn't left his mind. And soon enough, dinner's done. Dessert follows, which is once again. It's done fairly often. There's basically little balls of pastry that are just soaked in syrup. It's one of Razem's favourites to do.
These are great, but they're oh man, I got kids stuck in one.
Yeah, you hear a thing of "Ma" as the ball rolls over on top of one of the kids.
All right, I'm gonna roll it back the other way. They're stuck.
There's another kid cackling from the direction we're from.
Yep. As you roll it back over, Pseudo Dragon starts to clean the kid off with tongue. And Sirius sort of puts down his napkin that he's just cleaned his fingers off with. He goes, thank you very much for having me over. I very much appreciate it. He looks like he's counting how many kids are on the table. Nods to himself and goes...
Gifton's watching as he counts because she's not sure anymore. I have 15 if you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, 13. Hang on. He checks his pockets briefly, pulls out one of your kids, looks a little surprised as, wait, they actually do that. And then looks aghast as he pulls out one of those syrupy balls from his pocket as well.
It's great because I actually gave a bigger number than I have.
And he sets his child down and the syrupy ball. Yes, you have that. No, I want to go for a ride. Maybe another time. And then the child whistles for their silver dragon. And Sirius will stand up and...
I'll just be thankful that they haven't quite grown into their wings yet.
I have!
What?
Little flapping. Actually, they do get lift. They don't stay up, but it does put them into the air, little hops.
Gibson has a look of abject horror on her face.
A few of the other winged ones start flapping as if trying to mimic. They don't get quite the same height. Toe tips on table still.
Gibson's gonna grip the table edge slightly and go, "Oh, I thought it was the end of times."
Oh, I should give them some pointers, Roselle says.
Please don't be
You never gave me any pointers.
Oh, you didn't need them. You're natural. Not like you little brats are. Yeah, come here. And Roselle was actually going to start, making grabby hands at the kids, which they screech, they run, they love it. Roselle finished his food a while ago and did not leave like he said he was going to. It actually sort of starts, playing with the kids a bit, which gives an easier time for Care and Rizem to, sort of clean the table up as well. Sirius gives a sort of polite, slight bow of his upper body. Yes.
It was nice having the two of you. Mind your step as you go. And, if you get in the mindset for it, we appreciate it when our centaur friends don't wear iron shoes.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
just
hang on.
keep it in mind.
I forgot about that. Sorry.
What a steal! He's lifted up one of his legs and is looking at it.
Oh, no, I'm just letting everybody know, because, I don't check your feet.
Oh, right. Well, I'll certainly remember. I've not worn iron shoes in a long time. Why would you?
Cassie wore them for the longest time around me, and it was horrifying.
Oh.
Well, we were also kind of in and out.
Also, your dear
a
sister
while.
hasn't gotten shod since she's been back around. You might want to.
She always was
grab her
fussy
by
about
the
it when she
ear.
was little.
Oh, you fussy, Cassie?
You have to ask that question.
She throws the biggest tantrums I've ever seen. Sometimes she just balls up her fists and starts to cry.
He actually rubs his forehead a little bit and goes, "All right, Cass, let's
Wait,
go get
what was
Mum."
Yeah. Gifton, I will probably be back later on tonight. I have to go.
I
back to
hope
the
not.
farm.
I'm going to be putting children to bed.
Right, tomorrow morning then.
We'll see.
I have to get back to Faramir.
What do you get? Whatever. That door's open. You know where it is.
Yep.
Or if anything, you might be able to talk somebody into letting you through the teleport circle. That's supposed to be working too.
Maybe. But we'll talk to you later. Thank you for dinner.
Bye.
Okay. Cassie and Sirius leave.
This is the first time I've had the steel shots at my house for dinner.
Yeah. And it was awkward.
And unfortunately, they were iron shod.
Cassie. Sirius leaves with you, and he just picks up Michael's blade and just holds it out to you.
Gonna grab it.
She's back with me.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, you weren't going to like it.
Of course I ain't gonna like it. What are you thinking?
Getting Dad back.
Is this Dadriel not gonna do it if you don't help?
No, he'll probably still do it, but at the same time, it's something for me to do to grow beyond being the angry, stompy, thunder-spewing Cassiopeia.
Well, you want to grow beyond that, make an orphanage, or do something good, not a throne for.
We've already destroyed him once.
He's not dead in the ground, so it ain't enough.
Oh, it is. Trust me, what we did to him.
What you did to him is worth every life in our clan.
And now he has a family he has to take care of again.
So he takes our family and he gets one in return.
It's a long story.
Well, I'm here for a
wish
while,
was made-
so make it make sense to me.
A wish was made, the wish went weird, and every kid he ever had who had been sacrificed or passed away was suddenly back. About the same age.
Hang on, he sacrificed his own kids.
There were mistakes in prophecies and...
That's not mistakes,
visions.
that is evil.
No, there were mistakes. He is of a different culture than us. His entire race is of a...
Stop being insensitive.
All the Goliaths are currently in a culture that is technically not theirs. Their god is dead. And they have no point of reference, so they followed their own point, and this is where we ended up. And now they're starting to find that point of reference thanks to Dadriel, who is trying to put Scrim on a better path.
Look, if you told me that you were doing this for a Goliath you'd met, I could stomach that. Even one that had been involved in this fight. I understand orders. You know I do. But
I get it. I do.
him. I'm not condemning their bloody race. I'm saying that there is nothing that he could do, nothing he could change to be that would undo what he's done, that makes him worthy of forgiveness.
I would love to be able to argue the point. I don't like him. But by the same token, Dadriel asked because Dadriel is just a nice person and probably the sweetest archangel you'll ever meet.
It's not fucking hard, is it?
What's that?
That's not fucking hard, is it?
Well,
Sorry, Mum, but yeah, most archangels that I've met, not exactly the nicest people.
no, they're not. I've had encounters with multiple of them. The only ones who are actually decent people, no offense, Mom, but you're kind of a thunderbolt in a very, very metal room, is Dadriel, Lucifer.
Oh, you are gonna piss your mother off. Just keep going.
No, Cass actually thought about that one.
Yeah,
No,
Sirius's eyes do actually close, and then he doesn't raise his head entirely when he does so. They just open, and they're giving you like a stare.
I was thinking about it, but no, he's an ass.
Lucifer is one of the most manipulative beings you will ever meet. Perhaps on par with, I'm not sure who is more so than the one that sits in her room, eating with her family. He came out, he talked to me, he apologized. I don't believe a word of it.
Well, he's trying because, well,
He fears his damnation.
he's already been damned.
I know.
Right now, we're just trying to make things better and give people hope.
The eyes close, and without opening, you just hear, "We'll kill him if we see him."
Who?
Scrim Hayerson.
Right, then you're not going to Faramir. And if you want to go that route, I won't stop you. And I doubt there's anything I could say that would change your mind on this situation. But what I will ask is at least not hunt. I honestly think if we leave him be, he's done. He's burnt out. He has no army. He has no nation. He is warped and he is twisted.
And yet it is still more than he deserves. But no, I won't hunt him.
And then we'll leave it at that. I will talk to Dadriel and see if he will accept something else as a repayment, because he's doing this as a favor and asked me if I would do this as a favor. And I will talk to him to see if there's something else I can do.
It's not about the bloody chair, Cass.
It's about who it's for. I know.
How do you do it?
Do what?
You give somebody like that.
I didn't for a long time. Actually, until yesterday, I really hadn't. I was biting my lip as for the only reason I was willing to build that chair was for Dad, and no other reason. And then everything that happened yesterday changed that. And I'm willing to give him a second chance.
Do what you will. You're a willful child, and I would expect nothing less.
What was that?
Do what you will.
Sorry,
You're a willful child, and I'd expect nothing less.
Right. Anyways, let's go get you a roommate.
It's too late for you to be constructing something for me. You can give me some sheets. We'll sleep elsewhere in your house.
Oh no, I have multiple rooms in my house.
It's a joke about your construction. You're a carpenter. Let's make you a room. It's funny.
She has the sense of humor of Have Day.
It is a joke, like the small ones make at the table.
Okay, taking the reins back.
Hand, I would
let's go get some sleep.
her, but she's far away.
Yeah. And I'm going to, I'll head back and start making up one of the rooms for them.
Okay. You're able to get them situated with some spare bedding and such, which is a lot more effort for a centaur, but you're able to do it.
And then I'm writing myself a note when getting back to Firmir. Speak to Dadriel.
Okay. Alright, you are able to get some rest after getting your mother and brother situated. Gifton, you're able to spend the rest of the evening in pleasant private family time. As you are Carrick, Jackson continues working. Telday.
Yes.
You have the entire night, if you so please.
Yeah.
You can stand in the library if you want, as you left off, or you can go wandering out. You do hear the Warforged band outside, picking up tune every now and then.
I am actually going to tidy up the library.
Oh no. Okay, how do you want to tidy up the library?
Well, any shelves that were knocked over, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
I'm going to start by making sure that they're righted, and then sweep a bit. And then I will start considering the organizational principles behind how the books are placed as I start picking up any stray books.
Okay.
This sounds dangerous.
So the library is being reorganized
Yeah.
per Telday's new system.
Telday, what do you want to call your new system? How does it work?
The 2E decimal system.
Let me see. Yeah, I guess it would just be straight intelligence or wisdom.
Dex.
It's like frisbee golf.
So
You can come up with a good system,
you're organizing them by how many,
or you can come
how
up with a
many
deliberately
times-
bad system.
how many times it comes up with a bad phrasing that could be taken for something lewd. Is what you're using it by, right?
I am going to try and come up with the most easily cross-referenced system.
Okay. Yeah. You're what you're doing is you're actually going to be doing a bit of a revision on the current system. Do you want to create better reference cards? That's the main problem here. Okay.
Yeah, my pen is going to be in frequent use.
Okay. You're going to start doing that. Your little buddy in your head is actually going to critique you obscenely at first, before going, oh wait, no, that works. Don't you want to add a notation there though to reference, and is going to start engaging with you on this.
I may have forgotten about the scorch mark after noticing there were a few books down and then going to put them up and realizing, wait a second, these books shouldn't be together.
All of these should be organized alphabetically. No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're able to create references that cross-reference subject matter along with author and general broader subject, yada yada yada. You gonna spend most of the night on this?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, you're actually going to work on this until early morning then. It's quite the endeavour, but thankfully you can work ceaselessly. It is actually a bit into it though, that you're going to hear a knock on the library door, which isn't how library doors typically work, but knocking very well there is.
I'm going to pause, holding a very large stack of books that are roughly 3/4 of the way up my pauldrons, and just kind of yell back, "It's open!"
There is the sound of a door being pushed the wrong way briefly, that clank, before it opens up. And in walks another Warforged. They sort of walk towards you before tilting their head curiously and going, I noticed the library had activity inside of it. It's normally closed at this hour.
It seemed an inefficient use of this building. I am correcting some errors.
Do you have permission from the owner of this building?
I have a key in a pocket I cannot currently access, given I do not have an extra set of arms. Perhaps I should get an extra set of arms.
If you allow my arms to be
I guess I'll
visited to you,
vote on that.
I can take the key if you so wish.
I promised not to give the key to anyone.
So ownership of the key does not constitute permission for others.
Unfortunately not.
Very unfortunate. I had enjoyed the idea of taking books when I pleased.
I can speak with the owner about this for future nights.
If you would suggest to them that a 24-hour system of opening would be quite beneficial to a majority of the citizenship in this town.
This was the initial principle that allowed me to obtain the key.
I see, so you are the first steps in the program to allow this to happen.
It seems so.
Then may I be of assistance?
Yes, if you could place these books on that shelf, in the order as they are.
Of course. And they will start helping.
Tilde meets new person. You, manual labor. Now.
Tilde.
And minions.
The stack is going to decrease. As
This will make it easier.
As it lowers, you start to actually get a better look at this Warforged. They are not of a design of the typical Warforged here.
Apologies, I should have introduced myself. I am Tilde.
You already know me. I am Temday.
Intriguing.
Oh no, another one of the days.
I did not think you were still...
Functional. Alive.
Yes.
I was not.
To the ground.
What happened?
Absconded with. Left. For dead. This would be my second reactivation. The first time, I was 40. They did not like my actions, and so I was terminated in the lab.
I remember this.
Yes. I would hope you would. You were gone when they woke me back up.
I am sorry.
Don't be.
I
I was
tried
pleased.
to find all of you.
Yes, you found Hevday.
Nod.
It was my duty to cover our tracks.
So I should curse you
Yes, as
for
much
being
as...
effective.
Not effective enough, though. But for that I am pleased.
As am I.
You realize I had to obey.
Yes,
And then it does
but
not...
no longer.
Then there is no grudge.
No.
I am pleased by this. Where is Hevday?
What few books are still in my hands, going to put down for a moment, fairly haphazardly.
Ah,
It is,
bad news.
yes, but what he would have wanted.
Battle.
Did. Indeed.
He talked as
He
of it
is-
ceaselessly.
It appears that it shall continue to be. I have been informed that he has been chasing the Reaper, so to speak.
Is this figurative or literal?
Quite literal.
So he is a spirit.
Yes,
Fitting. I have no memories of being dead.
merely the memories of being alive,
Yes.
then alive again.
Yes.
Well, perhaps that is a comfort.
Or fear. Perhaps I did not become a spirit as he did. Perhaps there was no afterlife for me.
Of that I am not sure it would be worse.
Finality brings meaning. But I stand yet again, so perhaps finality is meaningless as well.
These are the questions our people are frequently asking, I suppose.
Yes. I arrived in town 2 days ago.
How did you hear of it?
My job was subterfuge. That includes monitoring. This town is being talked of considerably. It was not hard to hear of.
And why did you wish to come?
It seemed the only place to go.
Well, you are welcome.
I thank
I
you.
would offer you something, but I do not have much to offer.
Neither do I. But a welcome to this place is offer enough.
I am glad that you are with us.
Yes. I am glad that you put an end to those that made us.
Yes,
I do not begrudge our existence, but I begrudge the cruelty that was involved in creating it.
and what do you plan to do now?
Stack books in their appropriate places on the shelves, and then find something of interest, and then see what tomorrow brings.
seems we are quite alike.
I think that is fitting. We are family.
I intend to find what is left of Have Day. If you wish to join me tomorrow.
Then it looks like I know what I am doing tomorrow. It would be a pleasure to join you. Do you intend burial or resurrection?
I am not sure if you would accept resurrection.
No. Then tribute, perhaps.
Indeed.
I will miss his boisterousness.
As will I.
There is just a short nod, as if they think that's all that needs to be said about him. And then they will sort of return to start helping stack books.
Will hesitantly reach over for the books that put down, take a moment to actually figure out where I was in the process, and then continue on.
Okay. They don't try to engage in further conversation through the night. If you want to strike up something with them, you can.
Unfortunately, there's going to be kind of a somewhat somber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, then with this sudden strange reuniting with a lost sibling, you work for the night fixing the library's system up with them. Till morning comes. Okay. Everybody. You do your night's activities. You get to rest for those that do rest.
Carrick has a nightmare.
Carrick has a nightmare. Marcus, are you going to actually sleep at any point?
Yes.
Okay. How long do you spend writing?
When did we get
Actually, I should
back?
ask how much sleep do you want to get?
Let's just do what I do in real life. 5 hours.
Okay, 5 hours of sleep, so not enough for a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you rest, just not the most perfectly. And you do a good 4, 5, maybe, about 6 hours of writing.
Someone's out right outside my window.
Okay.
There is a point that a lot of the writing is in stacks of what he is remembering, like these are all connected. But then there is just kind of one page of just the geometric symbols, different ones that he recalls distinctly are something that the Azov was doing.
Okay. Alright, so you're trying to make sense of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, you write the madness paper, and otherwise you the rest of the stuff you basically catalog them best by like here are the stories from this world, here are the stories from this world. These two civilizations had some ties, etc., etc. Or you can organize them by like what kind of fable, like is this a cautionary tale or so on and so forth, if you so wish.
At the moment, he's just making the connections of which places had which stories.
Okay, so you're doing it by world.
Yeah. Civilizations.
Okay. So it's after writing that you have a strange night of sleep. Your mind actually ablaze with dreams. Dreams of far-off places, strange worlds, and strange civilizations. And they stick with you as you wake. Somehow, something that came only from description now having a real vivid image in memory for you. And it doesn't just feel like conjurations of imagination. You can think about the roll-on and oh, yeah, that's what they look like.
The Roland actually have a form now, not
Yes.
just the name.
Indeed. It's not just them.
Well-
There's dozens of different races that you can picture, places that you feel like you've been to in a long past.
Well, Corvus, if nothing of mythological, is going to continue with what he now is seeing, what he now understands to be what. Instead of just before there was names and descriptions of things, now there's places and meanings and definitions. This is for him. This is exhalation for him. There's actually a system of process of refined knowledge of things interconnecting with other things. It's no longer a jumbled mess to him.
Yes, and as that picks up clarity, as you wake from these dreams, you go to get up, and how do you move? How do you exist? How do you breathe? And there is a horrifying few seconds where your own existence, this reality, is unfathomable until it just snaps back into being normal to you.
Stood up too fast, blood not going to the brain, muscles not appropriating balance, and he's reasoning through that.
Yeah. What are the plausible reasons this could have happened?
Mm-hmm.
With that, people can awaken as they please. Get themselves breakfast welcome back. Get themselves breakfast sorted with families. Shaxon, you're basically finishing up this body at this moment. Until you come out of a brief sentry's rest, which was shared with your companion.
I hope we were standing in the most awkward
You were staring at each
positions for
other.
anyone who may have come in.
Yeah. It was terrible. Okay. I will say.
The thing where they stopped making it look like it was mid-argument.
Yep. I will say, Shaxon. Fauda has actually come over to look at what you've done, and she's actually nodding. It's like, that is some very fine work.
Jax will calmly be wiping off his hands. He would at this point actually have had. He's just in his basic clothes. The armor's actually off, just standing in a corner. He's going, I did what I could to work with it.
Did what you
I
could.
was able to improve some of it. You can see in the notes over here.
Yeah,
And
so
he, like, be walking, calmly pointing out bits.
she comes over and starts reading over them, and you get the general questions of like, how did you compensate for this and all that nonsense. And
giving his explanations.
she's nodding. It's like, oh, I think our guest will be quite pleased with this.
I think it should be quite good.
I must ask, is this wholly as noted?
I will admit I had thought I'd crossed my mind for it, but it would seem in poor taste to do that to put anything untowards in it for someone who is giving us trust.
Trust being given one way does not necessarily mean it needs to be returned the other way, but I did leave it to your judgment for a reason.
I felt that Down the road, that sort of thing being found out in a situation does not lead to anything good on our part.
It's true enough.
She and her ill car are already fully capable of causing us many problems. No use giving them more reason.
Well then, let's hope that, I'm sure they must be aware that we're in a position to do something like that. Let's hope that this act doesn't go unnoticed then.
I would hope so.
Well then, I suggest that you perhaps go get some rest, get something to eat, and sustaining yourself on magically conjured food can't be entirely pleasant.
It's just something I know from the labs.
Yes, and
Just staying up far later than we should have and far longer days.
I quite literally know how mortal researchers will work themselves to death, so I suggest you get a little bit of downtime. Even if you're not going to sleep, go get something to refresh yourself.
Aw, Alda
Jack's
doing
old.
the, hey, dear mortal, you need to actually rest and take care of yourself. Go do that, please.
Jax will nod, bow politely, and he will, on the way, there was his extra set of notes, so just scoop them up and put them in his bag.
Okay.
As he goes, he's just notably leaving the armor.
Okay. Alright, yeah, you're able to head on out. Do you want to head back to Beacon? Do you want to go just find somewhere around here? It's not a lot of good places to eat around here, I will say, but you do know that there was food being brought in for the soldiers.
He is just going to go find some simple for the soldier from the soldiers, and then go and maybe like crash either just in one of the in the research room where he was working or something. That he's doing the basically I am involved in doing a research thing and doesn't really want to be away from it longer than necessary.
Yeah. Okay. So you go grab some of the soldiers, which basically you find two camps have sort of merged. Not in the sense that tents and such have been moved over, but like there are Goliaths in the Baratheon camp and vice versa. There's a lot of passed out people. And judging by positions, it's not like, oh, it's time for bed kind.
Yeah.
No, it's just some people just ended up where they ended up.
People
That's it.
stopped where they were.
You actually wander in, and there's a couple that are sort of awake, looking a bit groggy as if they've not long woken up themselves. Some head clutching. There's a couple of Fomorian guards sort of standing nearby, just pointing and chatting at this spectacle.
Remember when we used to have hangovers?
Yeah. And one actually quite delightfully, loudly greets you, Shaxton. Goes, "Oh, Rotskala."
Hello, and Shax will just as he's walking by any that are like sitting there clutching your head, just very calmly tap lesser restoration, tap lesser restoration.
You do hear a mumble of, "Oh, thank the gods."
Oh, you burning some spell slots?
Yep.
How many are you willing to burn?
I'll say 9.
9? Okay, there are 9 very lucky people. Very lucky people. One of them
Or
actually
unlucky,
one of
depending on your stance.
one of them actually does look up at you and just go, "I love you." Oh,
That's a lot of second levels. Holy shit.
I mean, that wasn't just second levels.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, at least it's second level and above. So it's just a lot. Ooh.
yeah. But you're able to, there is like plenty of food left over. Gifton ordered more than enough. You probably pick out some that aren't like meats that have been left out overnight because that's a bit untrustworthy. But breads, fruit, yeah, cheeses, this good stuff. Yeah, and it's getting yourself something quick to eat. Finding, do you want alcohol or do you want water?
I've got a decanter of endless water. He's just gonna go for normal water for
Okay.
this.
Yeah, okay, so in that case, you just collect food and you want to take it back to the lab?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, you return to the lab, and Fowler gives you like a vaguely disapproving look, and it's actually it's a familiar one from like when you've had people in charge of you, or even from your student days. It's that look of a lead researcher that's trying to take care of their students / peers, but also knows that I'm not going to argue with them. But she does make sure that you sit and don't work as you eat. You have to eat first.
Hey, well, he does actually eat, and then he does actually do the thing of he basically pulls out his bedroll and kind of stretches out on a corner of the floor and just does actually go for sleep, even if it's going to be a late one.
Just
Yeah.
right there in the lab.
You do
He's basically like right at the foot of the armor in like either the room where the pylon was, because that's what he's intending on working on.
So you do actually hear her go, "Oh, by the gods, that takes me back." Really, what's got her in here? Scoot over in that corner. Make sure you're not in the footpath.
And he will do it and go, would you rather I go to one of the inns and risk possibly one of the shadows showing up again?
A fine point that I do not appreciate, but yes, understood.
I figure on my own I may as well stay in one of the most secure areas.
Are all of your companions gone?
I think they all returned back to Beacon.
Oh,
Most of them
then
have family and other things to take care of, and most of my family is dead.
a cheery subject.
He does give a very weak, kind of coy smile to that.
Yeah,
Of course,
she
Zelda could immediately go, funny, so's mine.
so she just gives you that look that's like that says, "I appreciate the joke, even if I'm not laughing." But she lets you settle down, and you notice she does start to work a little bit quieter, a little bit more careful with clinking bottles and containers around, and you're able to get a few hours sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everyone else. I think at this point we do start to go into downtime-ish. Is there things people desperately want to cover on the day, except spare family time, that sort of thing?
Well, like I said, I needed to get to Firmir so I could talk to Dadriel without.
Okay, you want to do? Let's rephrase that. You want to go talk to Dadriel today?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to have matter that? And this is not me going, don't do it. I'm asking, does anyone want to do something?
Is this just today right now we're talking about?
Just for this day, yes.
Okay.
There's a part of me that I don't know. Whoever else, go ahead.
Yeah.
Gifton first.
I have a note I was gonna hand off to Shax or Carrick.
Okay. Which one would you like to hand it to?
Shax is in Firmir, so if Carrick would be easier.
I do have to like make a token appearance in Firmir because I'm
The
fucking
general, yes.
Yeah, so I will at some point be in Firmir, so I will probably drop it off for Shaxon.
Okay, you're going to be doing that.
As much as I want to give it to Carrick, it's research notes. It makes sense to give it to Shax.
What about you, Tody?
Sorry, I was having a hard time clicking the unmute button. I kind of want to know what the answer is to, what the reaction is to what I've done to the library. But aside from that,
got that.
I honestly don't have anything else.
Do you want to be heading to try and find Hefday's remains?
Yes, I'll go to Firmir after, and basically from there I'd just be following the downtime document.
Okay, right. Blackheart.
The only thing in general I did and then you don't do today is what Talia asked is trying to find help, but that's not something we'll play out. So.
Yeah, we can just cover that just fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Cassie, was there anything you wanted to do today?
Well, I wanted to go talk to Dadriel, but before I leave, I'm going to talk to the librarian about hiring several Warforged for overnight opening of the library.
Okay. And Shaxton, after your nap, what about you?
He'd probably get to work on the bond. I was going to say that because I remembered it right before that. He would have also, before he left, basically tapped a spoon or something and basically just told one of the people who'd done this restaurant, look, you can do that 9 more times to other people here.
Okay. This person is amazed at the magic spoon they have. Okay. All right. In that case, what we are going to do is we're going to go with Gifton first on this.
Okay.
Oh yes, Corvus.
I would like to make an addendum to my downtime because things came up in Firmir is to go and collect books on a bi-weekly basis. Work on the body idea of
Okay.
Echo.
Write it down for yourself, because I'm going to ask
Yeah.
people to basically talk about their downtimes in a bit.
Okay.
We're just
10-4.
doing one day
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And basically, I wanted to cover any pressing things people wanted to do.
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Oh no, it's our one more day.
Yes, one more
Or
day.
One more day.
One more turn.
All right.
One more day.
Fighters.
I'm trying to order this in my head again.
I'm
yes.
gonna go see Jackson.
You're going to go see Jackson. All right. In that case,
Like,
I'm going to
open the infirmary.
say you've still got your door up, right?
Yep.
I'm going to do this as a matter of convenience for me. I hope you don't mind me making fate a line as the DM does.
It's fine.
Cassie, you're going to be getting up relatively early. Plans to get back to Foromir. If you want to try and take the military portals, you can, but you do know that Gifton has a door that is easier. If you
Yeah,
can,
Regulated.
yes, unregulated, which is very handy.
Yep.
Telday, you're air quote awake. You just come active a bit more. Did you want to bring Temday with you?
Yes, because Temde
Yeah.
volunteered to come
Yes.
with, and
Okay.
Oh, I have one request.
Yes.
Can I wear a incredibly unnecessarily bulky and pocketful jacket today that I clearly have, and prepare to unleash my children on Wilhelm as I come out? Because I'm thinking that's what I
You
want.
can indeed.
I'm sorry, but Furmir's TSA has to pat you down and has turned back all undeclared children.
Okay. What I'm going to say is, Cassie, you arrive at Gifton's door, and basically knock on it, and Gifton, you start to open it. Actually, Care will do it for you. Starts opening it up as you've been stuffing kids in your pocket. Care gave you that thing of like, "Are you sure it's safe?" You know, the general concernedness.
Oh, it'll be fine.
He's doing
And
that.
all the pseudo dragons can wait in the food room, and I'll let them out in after.
Excited
afterwards.
beeps of extreme nature. Razem actually goes, if you're worried about his safety, do you want me to come with you?
Oh, I'd love that. I'm gonna take her by the arm.
Well, this will be a fun thing to go see some dead people.
Oh yeah, husband, do you want to come? Or are you gonna enjoy a quiet moment in the house by yourself?
His eyes light up. I watch the house. My love,
All right,
I will
you watch the house.
make sure nothing happens to this
Yes.
great place. And then there's a knocking on the door, and like attending to that sort of thing, and he's going to go and answer it. Which
Just sitting there watching this, I could be pantsless in the living room.
oh, Cassie, come in. Are you passing through?
Yes.
And it says he's beckoning you in. Telday, you come walking down the road with Temday, and
We
I have at this point opened the door and just started letting all the pseudo dragons go at it because they're gonna need to eat
Yep,
for a while.
they are
Yeah.
digging into like the nearest tables of food in a horribly messy flurry. Dingus
This is
is
after breakfast, but the thing is, they're never-ending gullets, and the food doesn't fill them anyway, so they're just gonna keep eating.
Dazzle is doing a gentle nudge at Care, and he goes, of course, you can go in the food room. And she does it a lot more delicately than her children.
That's
This is
very difficult.
ever never-ending amount of flavor. They love it in there.
Yep. And Dingus is just bobbing his head excitedly. He seems to like
Yeah.
watching his kids eat.
Makes him feel good.
but-
Good provider.
But as Cassie enters, and Telday, not long after her, with Temday and Tel caregiving Temday a sort of curious look. He's seen quite a few waterfalls around town. Temday does not look like them.
Good morning, Care.
Morning. Telday and sorry, we've not met. Temday. Temday. Is that a? He sort of just points between you two.
Correct. It is sibling.
Not like have they? And he starts to look a little concerned,
In the same way, yes.
but not in the. And he jabs with his fists. No, I am not as combative as my brother was. Grand. Gifton,
Yes,
visitors.
sweetie. Oh, we're about to head out. Who is it?
Oh, you guys going through?
Yes, that was the intention, if you do
Ah.
not mind.
Of course not. Cassie, Telday, and a brother of his sister. I'm sorry, I don't. I have not thought about it. I will get back to you on that.
All right.
Cool.
Well, tell them to come on into the kitchen.
Right. The three of you can wander into the
After
kitchen.
you.
Gifton is wearing some giggling clothing, strangely.
I'm gonna motion
Giggling,
to the
and
door.
then the occasional shh comes from her clothes.
Uh-huh.
I do hope I remembered to leave those notes, and that they were in languages that people could read.
Mm-hmm.
I am sure that you have remembered to do so
Shrug.
adequately.
Feel free to walk on in. Don't mind the pseudo dragons. They're having a good time.
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
yeah.
Oh, and a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is mine. I hope I am not intruding.
Never. I am always happy to have more of fine people with us.
You
This
would
is
be.
Temde.
Yes, I am Temday.
Give a slight curtsy and being a little stiff because of constraints.
You hear a,
Gift and Graysteel, good to meet you. And my clothing is full of angry children. All right.
That explains the sounds
Mhm.
of angry
Yes,
children.
you are
Wilhelm
Gifton
is getting his
Graysteel.
comeuppance.
You would be Cassiopeia Steelshod.
Yes.
You are younger than my report suggested.
Shenanigans. Feywild.
Don't
Ah.
worry. We can always make her younger if we need to.
Please no.
Delightful.
Right, let's start walking through.
Oh, we burned down the library. I am sorry.
Fire
There's
was
just
tragic.
this- Cass is literally spinning on on hoof and grabbing Telday by the throat.
No violence in my house.
I do not have a throat.
They're not in your
Hey,
house.
Gifton, no violence. No, wait. The library is fine.
Classic disinformation. This
I thought
time for
you might
comedic
need
effect.
Additional help waking up.
I'm awake now. Slightly angry and awake. Thank you.
Cassie, don't let Telday play you for the fool again. Come on.
Has he ever stopped?
That's why I
You've
said
seen
don't
her
let him do it again.
dimples and the way her face flushes. It is entertaining.
Very
I know,
cute.
I'm starting to think you're flirting in some sort of way. All right, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna poke my head out to see if Wilhelm's at the table with the radio.
Okay. You with everyone following through. Wilhelm and Luther aren't at the table with the radio. They're sort of standing nearby, just talking to each other.
Okay, I'm just gonna casually walk over next to them.
Luther actually gives you a greeting nod as he does to Cassie and Telday, and to Temday. A look of curiosity in his face. Whereas, of course, Wilhelm just turns around with a flourishing opening of his arms and goes, "Ah, my wonderful guests! Isn't it nice to have some of the equipment moved out of here?
Why'd you move the equipment?
Because we did not need so many lines of communications. Just a small amount. Clean up
Aw.
squads. Oh, the radio is still hitting the most important part.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about, the military things.
Oh, all right. All the special doohickeys and stuff.
Yes, look, there's only 10 monitors still.
Oh, that's a shame. I put my hand on his shoulder.
He nods as if
No.
he's been consoled, yeah.
It'll someday.
Why is your
be
coach
clean and
laughing?
good. Oh, you see, the funniest thing happened. Get him, kids!
He puts on a look of mock shock because your kids weren't quiet.
No, they weren't.
And he just sort of, as he's being climbed over, turns to Luther and goes, "Help me! I am being assaulted! Oh no!" And starts this very, very slowly, do a fainting move towards the table to lean on it.
Yeah.
Whereas you can hear going, "I'm inside his arm."
Unfortunately, Luther does not understand it's a jest and attacks.
Luke was just watching before he looks at you and goes, very cute.
Yeah, they're very excited to be here. They wanted to meet him so badly.
If you want a day with to yourself, I would be happy to watch them.
Was that Luther?
Wow.
Kind of smirk. I would very much trust you to watch them, but I think my husband will get quite upset with me.
In that case, I shall
look over
be.
to Razem and go, what do you think? You think Care would mind? We let him have the opportunity for a bit?
I think Ed does not need to know.
Well, if my wife says it's fine, then it has to be okay.
Then your children shall be under my care, and I promise you, by my past life and my current unlife, nothing shall befall them.
Voted 2-1.
Wait, now it's his care? Why does he have care?
Then I'm going to open the door and let the pseudo dragons in. Good luck.
This was not part of the deal.
That goes unsaid. You just get a
If these ones give you any problems, just open this door and point at the food. They'll go back in.
do I have your permission to take them to some nice places?
Of course.
Right then. Wilhelm, you will be their transport. What?
Fine steed.
I want to see the honorary grounds of those that have chosen their final rest. Oh, yeah! Okay. So, your children will be abducted by a headless horseman and a undead skeletal man. And strangely, this is not a concern.
Double dead.
I actually think that my children are probably very safe right now.
Honestly,
They're probably the safest people in the group, honestly.
They're probably safer than most of the rest of
A
us.
bunch of the pseudo dragons are just alighting on Wilhelm. One of them keeps sticking its head into Wilhelm's fiery head area, a bit curious.
You mean
Luther's
fiery head,
rather, yeah. Which he doesn't seem bothered by.
Yeah.
And you're just seeing the little meeps of communication. You get a broadband telepathy from some of the dragons of not burn.
I am gonna pet Dingus and go, why don't you fly along with them, sweetie, and keep your kids in check? Make it a little bit easier for Wilhelm and Luther.
His head turns back and forth a few times. There's just pondering it before he just tilts his head and he goes, "Mummy, be fine.
Mommy, be fine."
Call Mummy if not fine."
Yes, come find mommy if not fine.
There's some head bopping, and then he will flip off after he sees kids.
Mm-hmm.
And yours.
Yep.
And
It'll make it a little bit easier on Luther having Dazzle and Dingus on board.
Resem looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're not going to get rid of me, are you?"
Oh no, you're coming with me everywhere. I gotta show you off.
Oh, I don't blame you for that, yes. And yeah, what would you like to do once here? You guys can split up if you want to part way, or you can try and make plans together. It's up to you.
I need to go see our dear little smart boy, and I'll probably check in with the troops and such.
Has Carrick lost the title of Dear Little Smart Boy?
I never had smart boy.
Yeah, he had attractive boy. I am going to say quietly to Tilde and Cassie before we part ways. I'd appreciate it if revelations of my heritage were left out of everything from yesterday. Thank you.
Oh, I'm not going to say anything about that, but just for a fair warning, don't let Scrim anywhere near Beacon for the foreseeable future.
What? He's supposed to be coming by. We're gonna go out.
Then tell me beforehand so I can evacuate both Cirrus and Michael. I don't want them anywhere near him.
Oh, fine. Fine.
Let's just say there was a statement of I will kill him if I see him last night, and I don't know which one it came from. I think it was both of them.
Right. Well, you have a good time with your family. My family's apparently a lot more of the forgive and forget and love. So yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, you just got to remember he did manage to kill the entire family except for like 5 of us.
I mean, Cassie, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna put my hands on your hands on your on the sides of your forearms or your upper or lower arms or biceps, triceps, whatever that I can grab, grabbing slightly, and I'm just gonna look at you in the eye and go, Cassie, he did not kill your family to kill your family. He did not kill your family one at a time, line them up and stab them. It was an act of war. What happened on that battlefield, your family came to kill his family just as much as he came to kill yours.
I realize that,
It's
and
equal.
that's why I'm trying to keep the peace right now.
What happened in Tarnstead is completely different.
Yes, that is. And I tried to make my peace with them both last night, and they are up in arms, so I'm trying to keep everything
You
separate.
think centaurs would be up in legs? All right.
Oh, do you do that? Do you, and Resident sort of like tries to mimic with her own arms and sort of like, you know, the horse rear up and wave of legs.
Yeah, do you do that?
Oh, I thought she was going to do the fainting goat bit.
I've done that.
Oh, I want to see that. You'd be so cute doing that.
I almost did that last night.
Come on, give us a
I
little.
was stopped by a god.
Oh, come on, do it for my wife.
Seriously?
If you do it, I'll do. I don't know. What is the drow thing? What do you think drow do?
That hip sway thing.
I can do the hip sway.
Murder.
I used to be able to do the hip sway.
You need more hips, dear.
Oh, I had 8 hips.
Didn't Logistically need less hips?
But Cass
She-
will rear up.
God, she still has the same number of hips.
And when you do that, our resident just claps and goes, "Oh, that's adorable."
I know, she's so brave. Okay, all right, so we're gonna go have a nice, lovely time. We're gonna go see I almost said there's so many R's. We're
no.
gonna see Valda and Shaxon, and then we're just gonna do a quiet little tour back around until the kids are ready. You two have a good time. Tilde, what are you and Temday up to?
We will go find the remains of Hevde.
Oh, Gifton's got that guilty look. Like I feel like I should go with you.
We consider
It's
it a
all
family
right.
matter.
Let me know how that goes. And if you want me there.
I will make sure to give frequent messages to Shaxon. He will become quite annoyed with me.
Oh, I'm certain he loves that. Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna hit my link pearl really quick. Hey, Shaxon, are you awake?
Shaxon, you are now.
Yep. Hello, yes, I am awake. What is going on?
Emergency. I'm totally coming to see you.
Duly noted.
Where are you at?
I am down in the research area, sleeping about, I'd say, 10 meters away from the pylon.
Sleeping? It's so late.
Yes, I was up all night.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna be there in a minute. Me and Razem.
Okay.
Hello, Shaxon. I have to make a report to you because I promised Gifton.
Duly noted.
That is
Hello, Shaxon. I have to make a report to you because I promised Gifton.
He's going to
I'm
calmly.
just gonna walk.
He's going to calmly sit up, go over to the table, pull the leak pearl here, sit it on the table, and then go for the camera.
Okay, marvelous.
This is a perfect time to attack us, you. We have
Yeah.
contact with each
My
other.
grand plan is going to fruition. Okay, so Telde and Temde head off towards. You've actually got quite a walk ahead of you, towards where the airship fell. Do you want to get steeds?
Yes, I am going to see about getting steeds, although we are big, heavy creatures.
Yes,
Do we have mechanical horses on the
there are
airship
mechanical
that-
horses on the airship that can take you.
I did intend to actually check on the airship anyway, so yeah, I'll start by.
Yeah, you go to
Checking
check on
in
the
with
airship.
everybody there.
The crew's fine, although Martin is bored out of his mind. Like, you actually find him bouncing a ball against a wall in the hallway. But otherwise, they're in good spirits and good health because, they didn't die in battle. And made quite a bit of coin.
Oh, they've made a lot of coin.
Scarlet, you actually find... Scarlet was informed of plans to try and get refugees, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that case, you'll find her actually talking to one of the Barassian officers out here, along with one of the Fomerian contacts and one of the Hexamite representatives. They're actually just discussing plans of, like, places to search and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But you are able to retrieve a couple of mechanical horses, if you please. You're even able to get a third if you want something to actually carry Hevday's remains if you find them.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna try.
Good idea.
Yeah. Not sure if we're actually gonna move the remains very far, but hedge bets, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not moving very far, having something to put them on, maybe good.
Right, and you can depart with those. Cassie, you're in for a minute. Do you want to go somewhere in particular to try and summon Dadriel, or
Yeah, someplace quiet.
Okay, that's pretty easy to find in the city. You can go to an outside park and call Dadriel into being. Go ahead and give me your prayer, I guess.
I just realized
Dear
they probably haven't had
Dadriel,
living children in the city in forever.
Thank you for all your aid and assistance yesterday in keeping those who are protecting those who need a protecting alive. I need to speak to you in regards to the deal that the favor I had asked of you. So, should you have the time, please, I'll be here for a little while. If not, let me know and I can meet you elsewhere if you need.
Dadriel appears basically immediately beside you. He is holding what looks like to be a baby deer. And is currently feeding it from what looks like to be a sort of makeshift bottle.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello. I
was not expecting a extremely prompt response.
Oh, I'm not particularly
Baby
busy.
deer's eyes are probably huge after
they are huge. It stopped drinking. You hear the and,
to say we usually get sick and throw up
and
after that.
he just pets it some more. Traumatized deer.
No, you see, he went extra slow for the baby deer.
And yeah, the amount of young small animals he's put through that is quite horrifying when you think about it.
Don't worry, one day someone will mention this to you.
Yeah, it does not occur. And he goes, "Your father, I think I have a fairly good lead, although the area he should be in is proving to be hard to access.
What area is that?
It's quite far beneath the ocean. Deep down, a trench with no light in it. There's a area of bioluminescence, a sort of city.
Okay.
Large enough to house a kraken.
That's going to be a lovely situation.
Yes, the people there, they have anti-angelic wards.
Which means I know where he is, which means we'll have to go and try and get him.
Yes, I am thinking of asking for some help from some other angels. I would also like to grab... Yes, other angels. Anti-angelic wards can be overpowered with enough might.
Oh, no, I was thinking I was just going to think, are there any angels? Orland's sea domain.
They would be quite potent, yes.
I can think of one.
Huh? Who?
Michael.
Michael. She's imprisoned.
Michael is currently sleeping it off in my house.
Oh. Well, my congratulations to you.
I got them out last night.
Oh.
A little bit of heresy involved, but got them out.
You didn't, barge in and take
I
them.
punched Orland. Yeah.
That makes
I'm
it sound
going
like
to
a yes.
Context.
I'm going to assume that the fact you are still living, that there was a little. This was not an unexpected thing.
I also did say he asked for it.
Literally.
Yes, he showed up in my library, scorched my floor.
Okay, good. I think I was
And-
panicking a little there.
I'm sorry, I could have phrased it better. I'm not good at words, but he challenged me, told me if I could hit him, that he would be willing to speak to me about Michael. And I hit him twice.
Okay, so he honored his bargain. I suppose it is to be expected.
After he tried to reduce me to a pulp.
As is also to be expected.
And that's when Ilan got involved.
Oh, in that case, if your mother is out and about, as
That's the second part of why I needed to talk to you.
Hmm.
Both Michael and Cirrus, I believe, are quite upset to find that I am planning on building a throne for Scrim.
He looks momentarily confused, looks down a bit, and then there's that moment of, oh, right. Of course, they must have some bad feelings.
Oh, they do, and it's incredibly hard to talk them down from it.
Yes,
Because I
Michael
think
is quite the unwavering sort.
Here's the problem. I think it was both of them when they spoke.
Well, if Host and Angel are in agreement, then
Yeah, I honestly think it was both. So that's why I told Gifton to try and keep Scrim away from Beacon for a little while. But
would you like
if
me to
you
speak
need
to
help,
them?
You can try.
It's always worth trying.
I tried. I don't think I got it through to them. So, but if you want to try, Michael might be a good person to access to get down there.
I would also like to grab Raziel.
You know, him and Michael are oil and water, right?
I'd like to fix that if I could.
You can try, and I won't fault you for it.
Oh, I will go speak to them.
But I'm going to try and keep everyone apart for the time being.
That is probably wise.
And I hope you don't mind if I put off on the throne for the time being. I'll work on the plans for it.
He actually looks momentarily confused again. Is throne?
You asked me to build him a chair / throne.
Oh, well, yes, it was just as a nice gesture. You don't have... Yeah.
You're doing me a great favor. And you've been a great help to us. So I would consider it an honor to help you. But at the same time, I also have to try and keep peace with what's left of my family.
In that case, do put it off for the time being. It is not a matter of import. It's just my way of saying, do something nice if you feel you must do something. Do not feel that it is a bargain or a duty. You're not beholden.
I'm not beholden, but like I said, you're doing me and what's left of mine a great favor. So I feel it's only apt that I return the favor.
As
After
you
all,
wish.
You're one of the, I won't say first archangels to befriend us, but I think you're the one with the least ulterior motives.
Don't know that.
If
I
you
could
have
be.
If you have, I think you have any ulterior motives. I think you're just a great guy.
I'm trying to think of something.
Hand the
ulterior
baby deer off in the bottle and then leave.
His ulterior motive to save all the baby animals
I
before we can get a hold of them.
Could be here to sow discord.
What's that?
The hope.
I could be here to sow discord.
I somehow doubt that.
I'm capable of many grand, treacherous feats.
Mm-hmm.
Adriel trying to sound dangerous. Oh no. My heart.
No,
I
no, it's
honestly
dead.
think-
You'll try to sound like a Mirror's Angel.
Gadriel, to be quite honest, I think you would be most threatening the second you're defending something.
Perhaps.
You're just a great guy. That's all I can say about that.
Do me a kindness.
What can I do for you?
Release this somewhere not near the barbarian lands, and he's going to hand the baby deer off to you and the bottle.
Back on Barras or here?
He looks around
Yes.
him and goes, "There's no foliage here.
True. I don't.
Also, I think it needs some time being raised. Do you know somebody that can do that?"
Oh, I do, but I don't think his wife wants any more around.
But I can't take it back there.
It's a baby deer. I'm sure Kara will
Oh,
be fine.
he took dinner. Oh, I just got that. That took a while. I'm sorry.
Yes, he stole from the barbarians.
Cass blinks for a second and goes, "Oh, you poor little thing."
Yes, my is gone, I'm afraid. He looks genuinely sorrowful, reaching out a hand and placing it on the baby deer. But it has a chance to live.
I
have-
think.
First vegetarian Goliath in
Save this life, and I will be in your debt.
I will keep the little one with me. I don't know anything about animals, even though I'm half one, but I will do my best to keep it safe.
I expect nothing less. And he nods at you respectfully.
load it into gun, shoot it at enemies.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Michael, is that your place, you say?
Yes, and she is currently hiding in a sword.
Okay, and with a
Potentially.
flap of his wings, he's gone.
Oh, I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea, but it was an idea.
If you get
Not
my
everyone
Adriel
understand-
attacked and slash or killed by Michael, I will be very pissed.
I will be very pissed.
I think how so far everybody's response whenever it comes up to Michael's at a sword again, just is really.
Weird flex, right?
Yeah. You think it's the
her
last place you'd want to
comfort
be?
place. It's her comfort place. She was there for so long. She's used
Michael's
to it.
just
It's
going,
comfy.
listen, I think sword faults now, okay?
I wish I could just slash something with my body.
Carrick,
She was really hoping to be sharp.
Yes.
you wake up and have a nice morning with your wife, feed the guard drakes for her, have a nice breakfast together. She's going to go open up the tavern, and you head into town to look for help.
Yes.
I have to ask you, are you putting any racial choices into this? Like, are there any priorities on who you want around? Do you favour certain races over others?
More far.
The only thing I'm concerned about the war.
Howdy.
Daddy!
I mean, unfortunately, I don't think Telde's there.
No, he's on the airship.
I'll be probably
Yes.
also gonna be busy with other stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she wants to airship it.
She's
Um,
captain now.
She now is in charge of the airship. Unfortunately, Gifted doesn't know this yet.
She was a pirate all along.
I don't think I would.
How do you actually want to go about this?
Good question.
You want to post up just help wanted signs, or do you want to actually approach people yourself?
Well, approaching people seems like the more what's the word?
Hey, you look unemployed.
Yes, I don't think Carrick is not.
Excuse me, would you like to babysit baby dragons?
You know what you could do, and this is an out of character suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel and RG were basically the people mostly heading and running town. RG
Mhm.
is
That
probably
is right.
kind of busy with baby stuff right now, but Nathaniel is probably on like
Yeah.
the hub of what everybody's looking for, people looking
Yeah.
for work and stuff like that. Might come and check in on Nathaniel as a town lead.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
very
gonna
good thought.
It is a very good thought. And honestly,
I deserve a cookie.
just I like how they middle of just start yelling. They want to babysit.
I will also point out, your wife does want more than just babysitters. She wants like literal hired help.
Yes.
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 You honestly probably want somebody who can tend the animals and then do basic house stuff.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because I don't think she really cares about somebody doing caregiving of the children, because that's probably you and her. But yeah.
And I will give a reminder to those that actually own land around big. You can basically cover wages for quite a few hired people with your holdings, earnings.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna. I'm going to, and I'm also gonna see about more people for the tavern too.
Okay. Yeah, you can totally do that.
I'm gonna go check with Nathaniel first.
All right. You go to Nathaniel. Nathaniel has a building which you notice he has some construction going on it, like it's being extended. Because he wants people to stop coming into his main home, and he is building himself an office.
That is understandable.
Yeah. You find him outside, actually already talking with some people. There's actually a small little crowd, people that just bring him issues and hey, can you solve this? And
oh god,
he gives you an acknowledging nod as you approach, but it's that nod of like, if you can give me a moment,
I'm just now imagining at least one of Bracken.
Bracken related.
No, one of the Bracken kids is at least once snuck here. Fuck him.
I just realized Nathaniel probably got no end of "I told you so"s for finally building the office with RG. You don't want to come out your fucking house. You don't want that. It'll be fine. No, it won't.
But it's after he sees this last person that he actually sort of turns to him and goes, "Oh, Lord Mask."
Good morning, Nathaniel. How are you today? Besides busy.
There's that little nod. It's like, I was about to say that, and apart from busy, I'm doing well. Yourself?
Doing okay for all the things our little group has been doing lately. I actually was hoping to inquire if you know that anyone was looking to for some employment around. I was looking to get some people to help around the house and the tavern while I'm still gone.
Oh, house and tavern. What roles? I
was kind of hoping so that actually out of character, I'm guessing I've had this discussion that I almost said Taldi. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for being.
Someone wants the trio, huh?
That Talia doesn't really
Telsha,
want
and Telde.
Doesn't want to be working as much at the tavern. That's the word I'm
Yes.
Talia in the tavern.
She definitely wants to be able to step back from that, especially once the kids are around.
The eggs are.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get some more people hired for the tavern, so Talia doesn't have to be there. Like she
Are you
does,
looking
and
forward to replacements for workers that you want to promote further, or are you looking for somebody to take up a leading role?
Out of character,
Mhm.
because I have actually been there a decent time before we went and have popped in and out. Has there been employees that people working at the tavern that I think could be bumped up?
One nice halfling lady.
Yep. From your experience, yeah. There's a couple of people there that you could see taking on more responsibility.
Yes, there's a couple that seem like they could do with a little bit more responsibility there and fill out the.
So servers
I almost said Laura's. Yeah, yes.
or cooks? What is
Both.
Cooking a couple
Both.
servers.
Okay.
At least one cook and a couple servers would probably even fill everything out.
And I'm imagining you want different staff for your household?
Yes. Hopefully at least one that knows their way around animals, although I have a feeling I will probably have to train them a little bit on our unique menagerie we have.
Animal handlers. Yes. Okay.
Yes, and then also some for...
Get a groundskeeper and a housemaid.
I was going to say general housekeeping, and some to help with the grounds a little bit.
The
Hopefully
grounds,
one
I
that-
certainly have somebody in mind. But the others, do you want to tell me what you're willing to pay, or would you rather I put these out and have people come interview with you?
I would
Plus,
not
your
mind having
adventure,
them
your
come out.
idea of what a fair wage is entirely different from anyone else.
Well, I mean, having worked with what I did, Carrick probably has an idea of a good wage.
Yeah, but you probably also looked at the window and said, I can't fucking survive on this, so.
If
Uh,
Mum didn't feed me, I'd starve.
Hey, I need tavern food. It was awful. Oh wait.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Carrick didn't actually get paid much.
Yeah.
no, they basically pretty much live
Yeah.
and ate there. So,
Thankfully, you had Marissa on hand.
And unfortunately now he's got all the issues of his costs are out of whack with all the animals.
I
he
might
has to take
say
care of.
people here are paid a little bit more on average because Marissa was consulted what should be a fair wage and she lied.
that I wouldn't be surprised. But, Carrick also honestly probably would
I'm
have.
never as much happier for it.
Carrick probably would have leaned that way anyways, because Carrick has been through all of this himself, so he
Okay.
knows how hard they work.
So you want them to come interview with you?
Yes.
Yes. He nods and goes, okay then, I'll get word around. Is there a particular time you want to see the people? What days are you available?
Had we discussed anything about timeline out of character?
No.
Or has it just been
You could always hit
yeah.
a magical comm, and Shaxton won't answer because he took the comm beat out.
It's just long enough for him to put the armor back on.
You are also aware that like you don't have anything like that's pressing and immediate, and you can just make a decision for yourself and go, guys, I'm not available tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, and I can always, and I can technically cheat compared to everybody else. So
Yeah,
I can
since we don't have
to
a
our
schedule
party.
right now, you can make one. So you could say in 2 days hence.
I'd like at least another day to get word out.
Let's say 3 days from now. Would that be enough time?
Plenty of time.
That will work.
And will this be at the tavern or your holdings?
The holdings are a decent amount out of town.
They are.
At the tavern. It'll be easier for people to get there since the holdings are a bit out of town.
Okay. And he's actually got a quill right now, and he's going, okay. And what hours will you be keeping? Or will you be there all day?
I will be out there all day. We'll say no later. Because I'm working on modern time, and
just say by sundown. That makes it
that
easy.
works.
So
Yeah,
if they have a clock- a watch,
by sundown. After sundown, I'd say I probably
home to
be
your wife.
back home.
From sunrise to sunset.
Yes, that will work.
Well, certainly. Okay, then I will get word of this out.
Is there anything I could do to assist you while I'm here?
Yes, there is actually. Funny you come to know this. As the tavern is a common mingling ground, I'd rather like to have a board put up outside of it.
We can arrange that for sure. Do you have any preferences on size or anything like that?
Yes, indeed. In fact, here, and he's going to pop inside briefly, invites you in, which you can come in. It's a cut at home, like not dirty, but work-wise.
Yeah, but just
Um,
there's a lot of things for taking care of what he has to do.
Yeah. And inside, there is a noteboard that he has that he just has things put on that are his own, like, I've got to do this, got to do that. And he just gestures it and goes, something to this size.
Okay.
And it's just a few feet wide.
Okay, I can get that arranged and put up.
Marvelous. It will make spreading word a little easier around town. Small community, but, well, it's still time.
Yep. Understand. Everything going well so far in town? Unfortunately, no, we haven't been around too much.
Decently enough. We're going to have to do a bit more construction. We're having a few more people flocking here than we thought we would at this rate, but nothing we can't handle.
No, it's good that people are still coming. Don't. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Well, words are not one to do. I will go and see what I can do about getting the board installed as soon as we can. I'll actually go asking around when we finish.
Marvellous. Would you like something from the coffers, or will your Grand Lordship's generosity be paying for the board? He says it to you with a sort of look.
I give him a little grin. No need to say that, but I will take care of it.
It's appreciated.
Have to help the town where I can.
Well, you do help plenty.
We hope. It's a little rough with everything. I think we're actually going to have a little bit of time to not have to be rushing as much as we have, at least. And I hope to be spending time here a little bit more. I have a feeling.
No rush about. You'll have to tell me what that's like.
Luckily, your rush around hopefully is less get you less banged up than our last one did.
Oh, I don't know about that. Wentworth almost punched me yesterday.
What was he upset about?
I denied him permission to extend into someone else's property.
Understandable. I'm glad he.
I would have liked you as well.
Did he actually get the swing off?
Started to. Thought better of it when he noticed that, well, the attitudes of the people surrounding me were changing. We'll call it his good conscience came to him.
That's at least good that he did not throw the punch. Hopefully he understands everything now.
One can hope.
Isn't rough. Yes. Thank you again, Daniel, for the assistance, and if there's anything else I can assist with, you know how to find me.
Oh, you could find me an assistant. I jest.
If I find one, I will direct them your way.
He actually waves the notes he was writing. I'm the one finding people. It's a joke.
Yes, I know. But hey, you never know when someone walks in someplace else.
That is true. You're going back to your place with the magical people, yes? The Grand Wizards of Death?
I do not. I can get over there. I wasn't planning on making too much travel over there unless I'm needed by some of those. But if there's something that needs to go there, I can take it.
I'll tell you, if you find one that wants to magically make my work easier, I'd be most grateful.
I will be on the lookout for them also for you.
Marvellous. Right, in that case, Lord Mask, I must get back to my duties.
Absolutely. Hopefully your day is a calm day today.
And yours. Give my regards to your wife, please.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I am pretty sure her regards to you.
He nods and he heads on out with you in tow, and he starts heading off to go about his day.
Okay, and I'm gonna go. I know that Cass isn't here.
Mhm.
But also this is not a fine piece of furniture to get rot. I'm going to go and start talking to people. Some of the other
Rafters and such.
workers of wood
Mhm.
to get a board set up and installed as soon as I can.
Okay, marvelous. If you are willing to pay the price of 1 gold, 2 silver, you can get a nice sturdy board commissioned.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah. Right. Actually, do you want it to match the tavern stylings?
You know he does. Why do
Yes.
you ask that?
All right, that's a whole 2 gold pieces then.
2 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, poor
I
Kirk's
know.
coffers.
So expensive.
Fucking highway robbery.
I only
Around-
had
around the
9
table.
gold. I only have 9 gold on me.
How much platinum do you have on you?
Yes, is the answer.
Also, for the record, most people's good conscience when they're around Nathaniel has to be 4'5" and a lot harder to stop from punching people now.
1997 platinum.
I will tell you out of character that Rentworth definitely has reconsidered his stance on that because he got a visit from somebody else that night.
I was just expecting the
Yeah.
yes. Unfortunately, his hand wasn't prepared for how hard I am.
Right. Okay, you go about doing that.
There's probably a lot of private visits like that after someone threatens Nathaniel.
Corvus,
You.
you are going about having your breakfast, writing down a few more things that you dreamt. You can even try sketching forms and such if you want, putting them in your notes. When is your front door locked?
Probably with everything that happened, he may have not locked it.
Okay.
Right.
In that case, it just opens up and Echo invites herself in, just walks straight in, comes, sits at the table, takes a slice of your toast, starts eating it, and just looks and goes, "What you drawing?"
What I've seen.
Oh,
What I'm seeing.
you should practice more.
Well,
Saying your art's bad.
I mean, if it was a
It's not very lively.
no.
Maybe you should have them reclining. Or
That would be
look
good,
like they're you're waving to somebody.
Paint them like one of your Naranian girls.
If you put it like a a slightly turned view, if they were looking back over their shoulder.
Yeah, like they're turning around.
These are all good ideas.
Oh, what about this one?
But-
Can you make that bigger?
Yes.
Okay, you should make it bigger.
No bigger.
These are references to be expanded upon. You have to have a sense of what it is before you can be more creative.
That doesn't make sense. You know what it is because you're drawing them.
Yes. But
Your food's
helps.
cold.
It is cold. I like it cold.
You do not like it cold. You just forgot to eat it.
No, maybe I did.
Double down. Get some ice out of something and put it on your food.
We don't have ice.
We're going to
I
get
mean, we have magic.
We had an ice box and someone put fucking troll in it.
a good breakfast at Carrick's.
I made food.
Yes, but it's bad and cold, and she's just going to take your hand.
Did you burn the toast and let it get cold?
No, I think he's anal retentive enough to do a very precise timing on that toast.
It's just he hasn't touched it yet.
Yes.
Forgetful enough to just leave it.
Because he
Uh-huh.
wants to finish his reference drawing and the notes that he's making. He wants to finish them before he breaks
Mhm.
to eat the toast.
Yeah. But you are being dragged. You can grab your books and bring them with.
He's
Uh-huh.
grabbing them.
But she is taking you out to eat, and expecting you to pay, of course.
The door locked. The door.
It's okay. It wasn't locked before.
I realized that when he came walking in this morning.
It's Beacon. Who locks the doors?
I
Yeah.
do.
The proper response is that's because I was home. We're leaving, so I need to lock it. I
Um,
mean,
The response is, but I might have a pseudo dragon in there. I don't want to get out.
I mean, he also has the reason to lock
Tally's
of who
taking
knows what
care
traps.
of
Tal
her.
D.
Tal
Tell
D.
D
Not Tally. Tal D.
Tal.
and that tell day.
but yes.
I guess if you asked him.
Who did? You said you wanted to talk to people. Who did you all interact with?
There was a tall fellow, armor plated, very nice. There was another tall person, armor plated, very nice.
She
Um,
just talked to Tell Day over and over in this.
no, she's talked to various Warforged. She just didn't bother asking names.
Okay.
There was one that had a beautiful painted pattern on them. It was all like flowers, green stemmed, yellow, very bright. Did like that.
Another
One
one
person
in.
looked just like Gifton, but with dark makeup.
Another one in all metal. Then the painted one.
Oh yes. Not very many people that have made the flesh up at the tower.
Tower.
Hour.
Time. There were
It's not
not many fleshy people awake at that time.
Oh, hour.
Yes, hour.
Hour. I
Did see one,
Hour.
but they were in a hurry. Didn't want to stop and talk with me. And with that, you go to Carrick's with Echo, and basically she will take your pen from you and not let you have it until you've actually eaten.
make a mountain out of mashed potatoes.
You sulk with your food.
He'll eat.
Good. Right,
It's third.
okay.
What's in
Gifton,
Yep.
you head on down to see Shaxton and Valda. Immediately upon entering the labs, Valda gives you a sort of acknowledging nod, and you do see this gleaming draconic body that has been built. And Shaxton, I assume you've probably gotten up at this point.
Yeah, he's gotten up.
Yeah.
He Peter even got up, put on his armor.
Look! His
He
armor
hasn't
a little
come
dishevelled.
So it's
Came to
obviously
our
there.
house. She's really nice. Valda, you know my wife,
Oh,
Roselle or Rosem.
what? Razem actually elbows you a little bit.
That was a player, not a character.
And Fowler nods and goes, "It's a pleasure to see you again. Oh, and to see you. You have a very lovely city. I have only seen the room and corridor so far, but it's very nice. We'll have to give you the proper tour if you're staying with us.
I'll tell you, it's mostly like what it is.
I think she is underselling our fair city. I will show you some grand sights. Well, no, I will have someone else show you some grand sights. I'm busy. I hope you take no offense. Oh, of course not. Jackson,
I
it
mostly
is nice
saw
to see
Broom
you.
when I was here.
Hello. How have you been?
Grand sight better than you, I think. You look very tired.
You look awful.
I just woke up. I spent most of the night staying up building this.
Oh.
And then I
I'm
dismissed him
not
to go
the
get
only
some
one who
rest,
noticed.
and he came back, ate food, and fell asleep in that corner.
Oh, so him and Corvus continuing to do their normal. Got it. Well,
Oh, you
Yes,
know how
ma'am.
it is. You get wrapped up in a project. I stepped in the forge many times.
Hopefully not directly in the forge.
No,
it's still
that's
not.
actually
It's
died.
not good that they do that regularly. You know, it's like the everyday for them.
Razem didn't die.
Razem sort of leans back, like trying to be behind Gifton a bit with her face, and just mouths a sort of "I understand it, you Shaxton."
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I had some notes I thought might help you. You know, thinking about the whole. She gestures at the evil thing. I don't know if this helps you any, and she's just gonna hand the thing she got from Maris to Shaxton.
She will. Jax will actually open it, actively look at it, and start reading it over.
Well, keep up the good work. That looks neat and shiny.
Yes, very, very much hoping that the mentor will be happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool thing for you, Valda. And I tell you this because I tell you everything interesting. Gods apparently reincarnate. Good luck with that. I'm gonna.
You can't just leave on that. No, Miss Grace, and she's actually going to come after you. Yes, she moved after you in quite a hurry, as unfortunately that's not the kind of line or the kind of person you get to drop and leave with.
Throw somebody else under the bus and imply that they're actually the reincarnated god.
She comes up behind you and just actually reach out and take grab for your upper arm and go, Miss Graysteel.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
I had a very interesting conversation with Amor last night, and I found out that the essence of Lawlessil has been reincarnated somewhere, and that was interesting. And I thought
that is a thing that can happen.
Yes, apparently.
Do we have any idea where?
Yes.
Please, I will have a research team sent out.
No.
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 Is it a child? Do you feel? You know, I would not harm it.
I tilt my head a little bit with a smirk, looking at Valda. No, she's very pregnant right now, and she's got 2 babies on the way that are very important to her, and she's also got to go fight Morgani soon. So we're just gonna leave her alone for now. All right?
There's a fixed
smile and give her a little tap.
Skeletal stare at you. Wait, no, we've covered your history. You're the descendant of a fae, an angel. You can't also be.
Why can't?
Jax will just calmly walked up behind by this point.
Because you.
Surprised at this point.
Well, I suppose. Well, I suppose
the soul has nothing to do with the people that.
I suppose reincarnation does work like that.
Yeah. So that got dropped on me last night. I don't really know if there's anything that you can like to find anything out, but I'd like to.
Neither do I.
Matter. I don't. I would like to keep it a rather private matter, so I'd like to be anonymous in anything if possible.
In that case, may I
am available. I would submit to whatever you want for scans. And
I
such.
promise they will be non-invasive, and she actually gestures at your stomach when she says that, because I do consider the safety of your children. But if you, I don't even know what kind of tests to run. All of them. Yes.
Well, you also have a lot going on right now.
Oh, gods! Why does you spend centuries with nothing interesting to work on, and then multiple major projects fall into your lap at once? Shaxton, you can head up the Tiamat nonsense. Currently, yes. I need the day. I need the day at least with Miss Grace still here. It might contain important information for our other projects.
I do have a request.
Yes.
Like I said, let's just not tell everybody.
This will just be me.
All right, that's
I
fine.
would suggest at least that I have a couple days of downtime.
I honestly, I feel like my soldiers here need a few days to honor their dead and start clearing things up, and I don't know if your people are going to want us around for helping with any further refugees things, but we'll start working on wrapping up and getting out of your way at some timetable.
That's Melinda's purview. don't care.
But I will be around for the next several days, probably on and off. But I'm going to be spending time with the family because I put my hands on
Okay.
my stomach. The only thing that helps the babies is family time.
Okay. Look, I need time to
also,
get.
I left my children loose on Luther and Wilhelm. They're getting chased around the city right now. Good luck with that.
Luther likes children. I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah.
Look, I need time to get some tests set up, some equipment sorted. So, why don't you take the day, please? Take your wife around our city, if you please. And then tomorrow,
Sure.
I want you to myself whole day.
Eyebrow quirk.
Oh, if only I still had the flesh.
Valda, why not for 2 days, just because we have been given something fairly interesting by gift as well.
If she would permit. Frankly, I'd want you here as long as possible, but I'm being considerate of your time.
2 days. I get to go home in the evenings, though.
I was telling Valda to give you 2 days, not vice versa.
I'd like it the other way round.
Some family time.
Why don't we set you up with some lovely quarters? Your family can come on a vacation here. I'm sure they would love it. We'll have food sorted.
I can get food brought in. So it's trouble for you. I'm sure we'll figure something out. We'll make this work.
Either way, your family are invited here. We will make sure they have a grand time. You will be able to go home to them in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do some additional observation during that time, if you don't mind, but non-invasive, just monitoring.
Of course. It's fine.
And I get to you for 3 days, perhaps?
We'll discuss 3 days. I'll give you 2, but I need husband's permission for 3.
Marvelous. And I assume that your wife permits, and Razem goes, she does not need permission from her spouses. She is her own person, but yes, I agree to this as well.
I would like to spend some time with my spouses.
Yes. Oh, she might be observing, you know.
Oh. But that's kind of fun.
A little bit. No, that's... Valda just shaking head, that's wrong on so many ethical levels. Look, you'll have your privacy. But yes, okay, so...
Out.
Take the day as you please, and then tomorrow we will have things sorted for you. Please tell your husband that I'm going to assume that a large, comfortable bed is a must. Yes, Razem says.
Yeah, gives us a slow turn over Razem. Or just a really big pillow pile works pretty well.
Oh, yes. Oh. That's just, all right. I will have it all.
I can get the travel home for the kids, so you won't have to worry about them.
Travel home. That's the concept. Things will be arranged.
Actually, what are we thinking about? I can just cast Magical Mansion. We'll be fine. You don't need to be furniture.
We will not be expending your magical abilities. I want that done under controlled circumstance, please. In fact, please refrain from any expended casting for the time being. Well, from tomorrow onwards.
You're as bad as Ellen.
We must have a controlled environment. Everything will be supplied for you.
What if my simulacrum does it for me?
I suppose that is acceptable.
There we go. So we'll just have Trixie do it. Then nobody has to do anything extra. It'll handle the food, the drink, and our housing. It'll be beautiful. Okay, nice little vacation.
Then all I will do is I will set up a location for you to do this at.
All right.
And anything else that your family requests will be provided.
Of course, Valda. Thank you.
She nods. There is a genuine look of excitement on her face, which is amazing for the skeletal impassiveness. But you can read her body language.
Yeah. But that's pretty interesting info. Anyway, I thought that you'd be interested in the fact that apparently they do go on. So
that is, yes, very interested.
Apparently, any soul that doesn't go to a heaven or doesn't end up in the hells or whatever, or comes down from the heavens, can reincarnate. It's a very interesting concept I was kind of introduced to.
Yes, I'm familiar with reincarnation, but well, There isn't a large sample size for the gods, I will say.
I would hazard that that's true.
Yes. Okay, then I expect to see you on the morrow, Miss Brockgren.
I will see you on tomorrow, and I'm going to smile at Rizem. And now, my beautiful-eyed woman, let us go and see this fine city. If I can take my eyes off you for a moment to look at anything else.
Oh, duly done, my dear. And she takes arm in arm.
Yeah. We're gonna go look at the sights and sounds of Faramir.
She's just going to look over at you, Shaxon. And Fowler just goes, I forgot. The horniness of mortals is disgusting.
It is certainly a thing. By the way, after
Gift has been
Gifton's
kept
walked
away
away,
from her wife for entirely too long.
after Gifton walks away, by the way, Shax is going to calmly look at the piece of paper. And listen, is this her handwriting?
Yes, actually.
Oh. Mirrors is smarter than thought.
I assumed it was going to be my handwriting, actually, of all things.
Okay. Right, you do that. And
I like to hope that it's written badly, like it comes from Gifted, is what I really hope.
It is 100% authentically a Gifton note.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was wondering, because, like, from the way she was telling it sounded like she's not sure what's on this piece of paper. And that's why Shax listening as she walked away and just calmly looked at her for a second and was going to have that moment of, it wasn't just going, this isn't her handwriting. And
it's 100% authentically Gifton's note, only, like, some of the things here are above Gifton's pay grade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge-wise.
You're not sure Gifton knows what this word means.
Yeah.
Why is she using it in a sentence?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's as Gifted as can be, only some of the things on here would be impossible to explain at Gifton's knowledge level.
But at the same time, she's using there incorrectly, like she would.
Oh my god, the apostrophes placement is infuriating. It's Gifton through and through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shax will look at give it a light frown and then continued to walk on and just put in, started to mix it into with things he was working on. And
meanwhile, you have the background noise of Fowler ranting excitedly about the possibilities of what this means, which sort of does fade into background noise as you work. Outside, after quite a journey on mechanical steeds, Telday and Temday arrive at the crashed airship, where there are actually already crews out here working. Framirian's actually deployed people out to check out the wreckage, make sure, survivors, things that need to be secured, so on and so forth. But you're quickly recognized and allowed basically free reign here. And you can begin your search for Pevday.
It is rather different from the search for Spock.
Yes, it is. Although maybe it ends with somebody being launched into a planet.
Just involves magnets.
It's what Pevday would report
it. And as you and Temday begin digging through the wreckage, that is where we're going to end this week's session. Yeah. Okay, everybody take 5,000 experience points. Everybody take a point of piety. And we will do this same time next week.
Yeah.